blood?
It's like 300 and something.
Something in
I've seen that. Yeah, to
I
make
thought it
an
was
iron.
700. Yeah,
To make an iron sword. Yeah.
I thought it was 700 and something.
It might be 700. It's like a very roundish number.
Roundish number.
Yeah.
It's a round.
All right.
Can you imagine like that one person in your team who's dedicated to that, just carrying around buckets and buckets and buckets? Like, what do you need it for? Things, man.
Stuff. All right. I think we're about to get started. Are we? Maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this doesn't work.
Alrighty. So
It's backwards.
It looks a lot more red.
There we go. Like, fuck, wrong side.
So, you guys,
What did I do?
last session, made your way south from, continued after coming out of the Parchwood, south toward, Turst, where you would, then make the turn to, go south, east to Drinna. And on the way south, you were ambushed by a bunch of ravagers that happened to be a bunch of gnolls. Yeah, they were not very cool. And in the process of dispatching them, you were able to meet up with a couple of other gnolls who identified themselves as Ranga and Sharik, a brother and sister pair of Dustpaw gnolls. Apparently, a tribe, one of the tribes that resist the hunger and rage curse of their blood lineage, and helped you guys out. Helped you guys out of a little jam there, and agreed to escort you the rest of the way to Turst. They told you a little bit more about the village on the way, and as the session was closing, you guys were just getting to the outskirts of the Turst Fields. A small village as the sun was going down. What page is fucking on here? 57, that's what I want. Tursfields is a small town. It is a population of about just shy of 1,400 people, so not a very big village. The main village is actually pretty sparsely populated, as the majority of the people live in their farm homesteads that surround the Turst Fields. And you've been walking. You have probably walked through several hours, a couple hours of farm fields before you actually got to Turst proper. What you know about Turst, as a lot of you came through here on the way to Whitestone, it's mostly human and halfling population, though there are, as you've now learned, gnolls that call Turst home, mostly the Dustpaw tribe of gnolls, and then there's a mix of several other races. But to the northwest of Drinna, not far from the Dawn Mist Pines, the farming community of Turst Fields toils over extremely fertile land fed by the Morin River Run, providing much of Taldore and Whitestone's grown food and produce. The community must import most all other commodities outside of wood, making it an eager stop for trade caravans and an easy target for swindling. As such, nearly 150 shields from Western are semi-permanently stationed here to keep the peace and prevent unlawful activity, dragging any apprehended criminals back to Western for judgment. Even so, the influence of darker interests still creeps up from time to time. Turstfields is also one of the few communities in Taldore that count gnolls among not only its allies but its citizens. Without the Dustpaw gnolls, Turst would not have, and this is what Ranga and Sharik have been explaining to you as you guys walk through the farmlands. Without the Dustpaw gnolls, Turst would not have survived its first summer. Not with the bloodthirsty ravagers running rampant across the plains. Today, the humans and halflings of Turst Fields have not only been accepted by the Dustpaws, but many have adopted the Gnoll's language and animalistic spirituality. This alliance isn't as accepted by the larger populace of Taldore, however, and racial relations do become pressed when dealing with visiting political and foreign interests. But as you arrive in the center of Turst with the sun going down, the Ranga and Sharik turn to you and say, "Well, I hope you were able to learn a little bit before we arrived."
It's been most enlightening.
Will you be staying long?
Unlikely.
Maybe a day or so to rest up, get more material, more supplies, and then down.
We must be onward to Drina, correct?
You travel onward to Drina.
Oh, I don't have much as of coin, but I reach into my coin pouch and I pull out 2 platinum pieces and I hand one of them to each of them. And I just go, if you could just point me in the direction of your master of law or any kind of law figure here, and then possibly a smoke shop, that'd be much appreciated.
They both look like, holy shit, this is more coin than I've seen, and and they both take it eagerly, and Ranga says, "You are overly kind."
That we have learned.
However, as far as smoke, you can find it at the general store in town. The local law is ooh, Sheriff yeah, Sheriff Conrad.
Sheriff Conrad.
And they point down the main road a ways, and you can see a wooden structure with a front porch, a very like old west sheriff. There's a porch, a covered porch on the front, some metal barred windows, and there appears to be a couple humans and a halfling sitting on the front porch, one of them smoking from a pipe. Across the street, he points to another wooden building with a double doors on the front with glass paned windows, and on the front you can see there's a wooden sign in common that has that swings back and forth in the breeze, that has a like a plow, a picture, like it's an engraved picture or image of a plow, and just behind that, what looks like a hay bale or a bundle of grain, and it just says general store. Like, it doesn't even have like a name; it just says general store.
It's the only shop in town.
Pretty much, yeah.
It is most general.
Yes. You imagine it's probably filled mostly with like farming supplies, obviously. But with this being on the Silvercut roadway, there's also just down the road what looks like a small caravan, or circled, almost like a half circle of wagons, with several caravans that look like they have canvases pulled out for shade, and several like they've opened up these caravans to look like little meager stalls. Like this is like a designated, almost like a quickly set up flea market. That this is kind of where trade caravans set up on their way through town to do business. So if you're looking for something a little bit more out of the ordinary, that's probably where you'd look to find it. But they say, we wish you the best of luck on the road, Sharik says, and beware the Ravagers. They grow more brazen under their new leadership.
We can certainly keep that in mind going forward, thank thee.
And
Careful, we shall be.
yeah, take care of yourself. There's only the two of you. There's power in numbers, so I mean,
It's
thanks for
always
the help.
best to watch the backs of one's family.
Yeah, agreed.
So they say their goodbyes, and you watch as they walk off towards a different section of the town.
I want to head towards the trading market part
Okay.
that you were mentioning, where all the shops are.
I'm gonna
Okay.
join him.
I could also
Okay.
follow.
And-
Okay. I imagine where Shango goes, Cortanis
Surprise!
Surprise, surprise.
Learn a new thing every week.
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
goes.
Gotta keep you on your
is
toes.
is there like people that seem to be selling jewelry?
Jewelry.
Yeah, I'm looking for two things. I'm looking for a nice pair of boots and jewelry.
Okay. Make an investigation check, we shall say.
Boop.
13. And moving through amongst the carts, you can hear different people barking out, fried meats, fresh furs. There's another cart that appears to be the one cart appears to be like someone who's come in from a hunt, has plenty of pelts and a bunch of different smoked and dried meats and fresh meats that he's currently grilling up and selling. There's another cart that has all sorts of trinkets and baubles, just crazy little things that one might find on their journeys, and it's it's manned by a hunched, stunted old woman, a gnome woman, and she has a hunch in her back, and it's probably what you think is your best shot at jewelry. But it's not just jewelry. There's little carved figurines of all different from everything from just plain stone to precious gems and metals, and all sorts of baubles and knickknacks. And she says, "Something caught your eye."
I am looking. An addition for my bracelet is what I seek. And I show her the bracelet on my right hand. So I'm looking for a charm to add to it. So if she has anything preferably made of silver.
Okay.
And that somewhat resembles either a cloud or a lightning bolt or something along those lines. That would be very specific. I doubt she has something like that, but
Okay.
Roll for charms.
Hold on. Roll a D100.
a D100.
Just why not? Let's see.
35.
35.
I'm at the edge of my seat here. Does she have a charm?
I'm sorry. I'm just
I know, these random flavor things.
Yeah. No. Yeah. It's just
Might have some
So
lucky charms.
She looking about, she pulls out something that she thinks might work for you. It is made of silver, but it looks to be just because she recognized you, and it looks to be just a small little. Make a religion check.
Where's my religion? There it is.
It appears to be. At first, you don't recognize it, but once she hands it to you and you get a closer look, you recognize it quite recognizably. It's looks like a small little holy symbol of cord, probably about the size of a penny. But it looks different than usual. It's probably because you can tell how old it is. It may have been from a different culture that may be called cord by a different name. She says, I picked this up while I was across the Osmit Sea.
Across the Osmond Sea. Far you have traveled.
In Vasselheim, it was.
Interesting. What is the price of this?
2 gold pieces.
I shall take it, my dear lady.
It was a pleasure doing business with you. Ashari.
Might you know anything? Might you know anything of its history?
I honestly do not. It looked interesting, so I picked it up in a trade.
It does look interesting indeed. It was a pleasure doing business. And
and are the boots you're looking for? Are you just looking for random boots? They're just a fresh pair of boots, or
yeah, a fresh pair of like nice hiking boots since we've been on the road for a long time.
okay. You could probably find those at the general store. Just a sturdy set of boots. For 2 copper pieces.
Alright.
I guess, or maybe a silver piece. We'll say for a silver piece.
Silver piece. Okay. I'll pick up
high quality boots.
All right. I'll pick up 2 pairs, one for Katanas and one for me.
Okay. Erdan, were you looking for anything specific? Erdan? I think you might be muted, Paul.
No, he's not muted. There he
Mostly just looking for anything that can make me stronger, really.
You look
Like
around.
strength-wise, not like just strong and.
I mean, it's not. They don't really have like magic items or anything like that. It's more of trade goods, different. Again, Turst only can provide for itself really food and lumber, so pretty much everything else has to be shipped in.
Stronger, get yourself some weights. Just lift.
Yeah, I'm not against that either.
But I mean, yeah, it's quite a small town. They don't have too fancy stuff.
Well, they have for like any books or anything like that.
There's one cart that appears to have a bunch of different books. As you walk over, the gentleman behind the counter is probably in his early 30s, late 20s, kind of disheveled black hair, large spectacles on his face, and he says, as you walk up, it's a 5 o'clock shadow, and says, just kind of looks up, notices you, and says, "Feel free to browse, but it's not a library."
These aren't your personal works, right?
No, he's reading a book. He hasn't even since he noticed you for the first time and put his head back down. Hasn't lifted his head back up.
I'm just gonna browse around
Um,
the E section.
the E section.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got it in order.
What is there something specific you're looking for?
Enchanting 102.
Oh, you start sifting through the books. There's a ton of them on germination and pollination and farming theory. There's several on animal husbandry. There's quite a few on like how to learn certain tool sets.
What? Yeah. Go ahead.
There's one on how to learn like what kinds of it's like a what do you call it, like a almost like a survival guide, like the flora and fauna of Taldore kind of book. You imagine it'll help, something that could help you recognize what kind of plants or animals to eat or not to eat, things that might be poisonous. There's one on like carpentry 101. There's one on masonry 101, essentially.
Hmm. I'm gonna wander off.
Okay. There's actually one that sticks out to you too. It's
Right before I leave, the glare catches my eye.
Yeah, the glare catches your eye. It's a book on learning celestial.
Ooh, celestial. Yeah, I'll take that.
All right, so you grab it and bring it up to the guy.
How much?
He, for the first time since you came up, actually glances up, looks at the spine, and says, 50 gold pieces.
I'll take it.
It's a pleasure doing business. He holds out his hand, accepts the coin. You watch as he kind of reaches underneath a little. He had his feet up on a chest that he takes down, his feet down, and the chest opens the chest up, tosses the coin in there, closes it back up, and hands you the book and says, "Enjoy." All right. Anybody else specific? It's specifically a lot of the cartsmen are starting to pack up for the afternoon as the sun is disappearing behind the horizon.
Are any of the caravanners not open for business? Look like they were just stopped here, and there's a strength in numbers situation, like people that were turned around from the down tree.
Well, there's none of them that aren't open, because if you're stuck here, you might as well be selling stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, looking around and asking around, it is a little bit more crowded than usual. Usually, you'd be lucky to find one or two carts, maybe three, but there's like 7 of them here. So you get a sense that that's probably what it is. They were probably waiting to hear back from Ranga and Sharik, who were the ones that were sent to figure out what was, to try and see if they could do something about the tree or whatever. They were the ones that were sent ahead to figure it out. So.
All right. I guess I'm gonna do this. Attention, all caravanners and purveyors of goods and wares.
Everybody kind of like who's like been packing up their carts, kind of like stop and look over at you.
Oh, that wasn't necessary. But all right. we cleared the pass up to Whitestone. It's still treacherous. Ooh, but the tree's gone now. So if anyone's making their up that way, I'm gonna ask specifically if anyone's here for a delivery for Father Jacob. If you could raise your hand and say aye, would be nice.
The all the people kind of look at you and give you a nod, and there's a couple of them that you get the sense want to say they say, "Oh, thank you." I don't know who, but none of them say that they are a shipment for a Father Jacob.
I just kind of turn back to like my group and I go, they didn't make it this far. All right, thank you all for your time, and good luck with your things and stay out of the fucking woods. I'm gonna go slip off into an alley, and first off be embarrassed, and second off change out of my armor and into my vestments.
Okay. Very well.
I need about 11 minutes.
Okay. Well, I mean, you could do that. I mean, or I imagine you guys will probably be wanting to get rooms tonight,
Preferably.
unless you're planning on traveling through the night.
Is there an Airbnb in the small village?
There's not an Airbnb. They do
Something-
have a tavern inn.
We are looking for a bed and breakfast, and there is an Argonauty among us. So
Yeah.
Indeed.
I don't want to interrupt, but I had to get it in.
Yeah. But yeah, they point you to the tavern inn that's not too far down from the sheriff's office. That is called the Heart and Hearth Tavern. From it, you can hear what sounds like music starting to warm up. There's light pouring out of the windows, and the smells that come from it are absolutely divine.
Beautiful. We shall find rest for the night.
what's thou like me to get the rooms for us, my lord?
I head into the tavern and look for someone who seems to be in charge.
What's her plan?
As you head
The
inside,
plan is to leave in the morning for Drina.
Yes.
yeah, the plan is, I believe, to in the morning leave for Drina.
Stay the night and then head on the road.
All right.
I think the first plan is to get some food.
Well, yes, food and respite.
Nourishment is encouraged.
As you come in, you see a middle-aged to older couple. One working the kitchen, the older woman, white hair tied up into a bun with a white apron over her simple dress, and a man in simple trousers with a button-up, sturdy shirt and a waistcoat. Serving drinks to all the looks like all the farmers have come in from the end of the day to have a drink, and a lot of the caravanners that were closing up shop have come in, as well as there's a warm fire going in the hearth, which you can see hanging over the hearth. There is a what looks like a very a large but petrified into stone heart.
Interesting.
It's definitely too big to be a human's.
Do you have any idea what kind of heart that is?
Make a nature check.
Where's my nature?
12. You have no idea.
But I can make out that it's petrified. Like it's not a.
Yeah, it's stone.
Yeah,
but
but
it's too perfectly shaped to have been like a carving.
Gotcha.
So it has to have been petrified by some sort of magical means.
Gotcha.
Cortanus, you, for some reason, recognize it. It is.
Books.
It is the petrified heart of a troll.
Troll's heart. Interesting. What could petrify a troll?
It looks like
Perhaps I
it's
doth
a
not wish to know.
decoration. It looks like it's a decoration or almost like a trophy being hung over the fire, the hearth.
Mm.
And then you remember the name of the tavern, the Heart and Hearth Tavern.
Puns are everywhere.
Once again, straight to the point.
That's everything. Yeah. Oh, a troll we also have encountered in the woods.
I'm gonna.
You never encountered a troll.
Oh, we did.
Oh, yeah,
encounter
it was
a
an
troll.
ogre.
It was not a troll. It was an ogre. Close enough.
Yes,
Two ogres.
Yes, it was an ogre.
Thorn trap. Missed it.
Rip.
But one of you said you were going up to get rooms.
Yeah, Cortanus can get rooms for people.
Okay, so you head up and you find Bernard. The gentleman says, "I'm Bernard. I run the tavern here with my wife Elsa or Ella. Sorry. What can I do for you? You need drinks, food, lodging?
Perhaps all of the above. In a moment.
Food.
All of the above. Well, we can provide. How many rooms will you be?
Cortanus thinks that over and then tries to remember what they've done so far and looks back to the group.
With all the
3 tens.
3.
Well, I'm sorry. We only have 2 rooms available with all the caravanners in town being stuck in town and all.
Oh, of course. I suppose we shall need to make do then.
Like we're
Looks kind of like
bunking up.
apologetically to Shango, but
2 it is.
All right. So 2 rooms for one night.
I don't
Correct.
believe so.
2 rooms for one night. Food and drink for one night, as well as breakfast in the morning. I would imagine you'd like. For the 6 of you, that will run you 8 gold pieces.
I throw in 2.
I throw in 6 to match up to the 8.
Okay. Very well. He hands you over a pair of keys and says, if you pick out a table, food will be brought out. And he pours. Are you? And he takes your drinks orders, provides you with drinks, takes your food orders, tells you to go pick out a table. Unless there's anything specific anybody wants to do throughout the night, we can.
I only have one question for
Mhm.
Father Fike. Your healing power is required in White Man's Rod. If you have anything to spare.
I'm completely tapped, but in the morning I'll trade you a spell for a spell. Deal?
Deal?
All right, cool. I snatched the key out of his hand. I'm gonna go get changed. Jeez.
Okay.
And I-
Cortanus
and I
might
go-
glance back over at the proprietor. If I may ask, is there a story behind the troll heart? And
The
pointing to-
troll heart. Why, a matter of a fact, there is.
Oh boy. Here
For a
comes
second, she looks a bit apologetically to Shango and then just kind of smiles.
What do you see? Both my wife Ella and I, we met years ago when we were young adventurers ourselves. One of the,
Say.
as a matter of fact, I do say.
Did you take an arrow to the knee?
I indeed did not take an arrow to the knee. However, one day, our adventuring party came across a troll's lair, and upon slaying the beast, we were able to find enough treasure for Ella and I to leave the adventuring game, set up this tavern, and in order to keep the troll heart without another troll growing around it, we had our wizard friend petrify it. And as such, we decided to place it over the hearth of our tavern as a keepsake of our adventuring days.
Why don't you just call it the Troll Hearth Key Inn then?
Doesn't really roll off the tongue.
And doth not.
This is why you don't own a tavern, my friend.
That's a
most
very
clever.
good point.
Or at least why you don't name taverns.
Yes, I'm terrible at naming
That's
stuff.
You'll notice now, which you hadn't noticed before because you were just so distracted by the heart part. You can see crisscrossed above it what looks like a rather large battle axe, and crossed the other way looks like a recurved bow. The axe was mine, and the bow belonged to Ella.
She's like looking that over and looks pretty impressed. I'm gonna nod.
All right, I'm going to be the guy, and I'm going to ask the question. Everybody can look at me as the asshole. What happened to Ella?
He
She's right
turns-
there in the kitchen, mate.
He's
Yeah,
over
he
there.
points to the kitchen, and you see Ella wave to you as she's working.
Oh.
away.
Okay,
Stuff.
you talked about her in the past tense. I got a little nervous.
Just smirks at Noxus and shakes her head.
He looks you up and down and says, "Oh, Dragonborn, haven't seen one of your kind in these parts in quite a while."
Really? They're not very well known out this part.
Well, not after. And he kind of trails off. I traveled with a Dragonborn, actually, one of our adventuring party. Close friend. We were sorry to hear he had passed in the attack.
A lot of good people died. A lot of good people survived, but a lot of good people.
That is
I'm trying to
good.
remember if this came up before or not. I feel like it might have, but I can't remember. So I'm
Not
assuming she doesn't remember.
really. Not really.
Yeah, it came up between Nox and Shango in a private.
That's but it was between Nox and Shango privately.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think you were
Yeah.
there.
No, you weren't there. So, this Dragonborn, obviously, he was Draconian, right?
Indeed he was.
He got a name.
Indeed he does. And he looks over at the hearth, kind of staring off into almost like it looks like he's staring off into a memory.
Middle distance.
His name was Gargax.
Flashback to Gargax.
Oh, Gax the Great.
Fucking hell.
Does the name ring a bell to me?
Make a history check.
He's Gary Gargax.
Yeah.
Hey, it worked.
12. You're not
Hey.
familiar with the name. I mean, it's a common draconian name, but
Oh yeah, I knew 5 of them.
Gary?
it's like it's not like John or Bill, but it's common enough that
Mike.
not even that common, but like a I don't know.
Mark.
Sure,
Steve.
Tim?
Him.
sure,
No.
why not?
It's common as
But
fuck.
yeah,
Von Clusha.
Yes. Von Quisha.
bon, quite.
You tell me, Bernard.
Yeah. But he says, yes, of the Delmarive family. And that sounds a lot familiar. They were a family of merchant warriors.
Merchant warriors. Were they close with my family at all?
No,
Would I have...
you just knew of them.
Okay. Oh
Detail.
yes, I know that. I know them not well, but I know of them.
Hmm.
Do tell me, Bernard, was this troll found nearby?
Oh no, this was leagues away to the west. This was in the leagues away in the west, in the Wildwood.
Wildwood.
I've been to that amusement park.
Question:
Just east of Craghammer.
if the troll, does the outer, could the outer parts of the heart break off and the heart becomes beating again to where there could be a troll?
Oh no, it's solid stone now. So even if it was to
It's
break
just all-
apart,
It's all stone now. Okay.
yes. But that's the thing with trolls; they're tricky to kill because they regenerate, unless you use fire or acid on them,
Or
Or
stone?
petrify the heart.
or petrify them. Yes. Well, he says, if you'll excuse me, you can see that off to the left now. There's a line of people that are lined up waiting to order drinks, and he says, "Oh, you'll have to excuse me."
Of course. And steps
It
aside.
appears that this is It appears that this is something people are used to seeing. Him getting lost and telling old stories and having to wait for drinks. But he heads over and starts filling
That
up
sounds like
mugs
my old
full of
tavern.
ales. Yeah. But you guys find a table. Eventually, later, one of the barmaiders brings out your food. All hearty. Fried chicken and macaroni and cheese and chicken pot pie and just all the good home cooked country food.
It's a
Nah.
southern tandoori feast.
Yeah.
Knox
Like
has looked
the
at all
fresh
this and goes,
vegetables and fruits and
Curious about the mac and
meats
cheese.
and just it's just amazing. Yeah.
Knox just looks at the mac and cheese and he goes, "The fuck is this?"
I am with
I've
thee
never
at that
seen
point.
Father Fike's gonna come down eventually once the the food has come out. I believe that is pasta with cheese. Eat it, you'll like it. And I'm gonna
do I
just
eat Do I eat it
Try
with
it.
my hand?
You guys see Fike is not in his usual traveling leathers and armor. He is wearing vestments of Sarenrae.
So he
Now it's
looks
being
like
more
a
formal
priest.
today, Father.
He looks like a priest, yeah.
You've seen him wear them before, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you saw
yeah.
him when you guys were in Whitestone.
first met him.
after,
When we first met,
after the White Mane mission.
Yeah.
In those days where you guys were just kind of hanging out in Whitestone for a few days, he was usually in his vestments. Yeah, I would imagine, right, Fike? Is that?
Yep. Anytime we're in we could get in combat at any moment, he's been in the vestments.
So what's the special occasion, Father?
No, I don't expect someone to stay. So
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, I actually need to confess. So you got a minute?
me?
Confess
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, I gotta confess, right? I mean, that's what you do.
Oh yeah, of course.
All right. So
we get-
yeah,
It's usually like a private affair. Like you don't really do it at a table in front of other people that you don't want to also confess to. If you want to confess with the group, that's a whole nother thing. But
well, forgive me, Father, for I have sinned.
all right.
I killed a whole bunch of hyenas, and then I killed one when he was asleep. yeah, that's what I did.
Was this like years back?
I am so confused.
This was
I'm-
yesterday. This was
yeah.
yesterday. Did you not remember me killing
This
hyenas?
is technically earlier today.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, this is technically earlier today.
Yeah, what they said.
You were seen by us doing that.
Right.
We did.
That's why I'm confessing. So that's why I'm okay with saying it because
I am most puzzled.
All right.
I'm gonna ignore him and go back to eating.
I need to
They are
forgive his
gnolls?
father.
All right, okay. Just give me a second to work through this. They are gnolls. They're not hyenas. They're gnolls.
Oh, that's right.
And I assume the sleeping one is the one that I put to sleep.
Right.
Okay. You're forgiven. It was. They are ravagers. They are pillagers. They are murderers, and what you've done yesterday could have spared another's life. So the ends meet the means. So ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Iron all turns to rust. You're forgiven.
Sweet. Oh, one more thing.
Interesting how
There's a
prayers have
sunrays.
changed over. Yeah,
They certainly
interesting.
have.
The prayers have changed over the years, Cortanus. Apparently.
Yes, they have.
Well, Frank's also having
So, and with your spirit, what the fuck?
he's also having an internal crisis, so he's not really so.
Yeah.
If I may
And, what-
confess, Nox, what attack were they referring to? I am most confused.
What attack? The one that just happened a couple hours
Oh
ago.
no, not the one that the proprietor was speaking of in this
Bernard.
Draconia.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait. You don't. Chroma Conclave, does that ring a bell to you? Big giant fucking ancient dragons coming, destroying the big giant cities.
She looks a little more
Yeah.
worried as she hears that, but kind of shakes her. I had no idea. Forgive me.
Where the fuck were you? Under a fucking rock? How did you not know about that? The whole fucking world knew about it.
She
Tis
was
most
not on
complicated.
this plane of existence.
Oh. Well, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
now you feel like an asshole, don't you?
Or Dan take
That looks
inspiration.
awkward.
Yeah, I kind of do. It's normal, though.
Forgive
Yeah,
me, I
so...
am not from this place.
I'm not
Remember you
from
say-
here. I'm from out of
I'm not
town.
from here. Way out of town.
Sure.
It's actually called
Way out of
Rockford.
You said that. I forgot that you said that at one point. So yeah, I lived on a floating island in the sky. It's called
She doesn't look
Draconia.
surprised by that at all, but nods.
and 3 ancient dragons came and destroyed it, and I was still on the island when it fell. And me and my mom survived somehow, and that happened.
Alex, forgive me, I did not mean to bring up memories that thou didst not wish to speak of. But thank you for explaining to me.
Yeah, I mean, the island wasn't the thing that I don't like to talk about. The things after the island is what I don't like to talk about.
Gets silent, takes a thing out of like mac and cheese.
So yeah, Noxus didn't get an answer if he eats it with his hand, so he just grabs a handful of mac and cheese and starts shoving it in his face.
Just cringes slightly.
Fike,
Right, keep doing
Fike,
that.
you look past him over to your left, you see a table of dust paw gnolls, and several of them are just face first in a bowl of are just face first in a bowl, and the table next to them there is a mix of 2 gnolls and 3 halflings at that table, and all 5 of them are also face first in a bowl of mac and cheese.
Very
How's
looks
trying
like
not to see them, trying not to see them so hard.
Very
Looks like I'm doing it
quietly.
right then.
This town needs Sound Ray so bad.
Well, Sarenrae is not the goddess of civilization and cities.
Culture.
That is the lawbearer Arathis.
Arath? Wow, that's a cool name, Arathis.
Arathis, yes, the
Arath.
lawbearer.
Oh,
Yeah.
Arathis, A with an A.
There are forks though, right? For normal fucking people.
Yeah, there's forks and
Thank you.
spoons. There's forks and spoons and knives, and
Yeah, Thomas is being very careful.
and
Noxus is
cloth
just eating with his
napkins.
hands.
cloth napkins provided. There's large mugs of ale. The ale is quite delicious. As you guys look about the tavern, you can see there are card games forming. And as the gets closer to nightfall, the band changes out. There's a group of new musicians that step up to the stage and begin to play a bit of a more rousing tune.
Oh, Father, I forgot. I wanted to ask for forgiveness because I'm going to get drunk tonight. Who's getting drunk with me?
You get pre-forgiveness. Go ahead, have your fun. I'm gonna stay sober and make sure you guys don't get into too much trouble.
No, you got to drink with me. You got to drink with me, Father. Come on, and I'll push some more ale in front. Come on, do it. No, you want to?
Take the cup and I move it about 6 inches away. I prefer not to, but thank you.
The band begins to pick up, and everyone starts to clap along. As you look up on the stage, you see there is a gnome plucking away at a lute. There is a elven woman shaking a tambourine and singing with this beautiful voice. There is a large, rotund human male playing away at the percussions. And as you look over, you see a very finely dressed, but however well-worn clothes with slick-backed black with plenty of gray starting to come in around the temples, half-orc, playing a fiddle with a big grin on his face. And he says, "Welcome to the show by Dr. Dranzel's traveling troupe. It's been far too long since we've come through Turst. It's good to see everyone decided to show up tonight. The road has been weary. The Ravagers have been harassing, but it's time tonight to forget your troubles. Drink yourselves to your fill until you can't see the bottom of your mug. And away we go!" And they begin to play rousing tune after rousing tune.
Taz just keeps notes the rhythm and starts clapping along.
Yes.
Is Cortanus on beat?
Cortanus, make a
dexterous?
charisma check.
That's a terrible idea. Okay.
Performance check.
Yeah, this will be great. This will be terrible.
How white are you? How white are you? 1 in 3.
So
1 in 3. 1 in 3.
fucking white. Oh.
1 in 3. 1 in 3.
It's funny because she's dexterous as fuck.
She's
precision.
She's so off the beat. They're on every she should be at a nice steady pace, but she's
it's funny because she can probably dance amazing.
The beat to her trying to keep beat to the song looks like Charles Barkley's golf swing.
That's old.
Dang.
So yeah, I'm trying to get everybody drunk tonight. So I'm just trying to talk people into getting drunk with me.
All right. So your initial cost of rooms, food, and drinks covered 2 drinks for everyone. If you're going to go beyond that, you'll have to continue paying per drink.
Someone else can have Cortanus' drinks. She's going to stay sober.
Yes.
So Cortanus is getting her 2 drinks that she paid for, and that's it.
Yeah, Shango can have hers if he wants them.
Actually, yeah, after dinner, Shango gives a nod to Cortanus and starts making his way towards the room.
Wait, come on. Really? Nobody's going to drink with me? Really?
I'll dance. I don't give a shit about that.
Charles will stand up when he goes to leave. I can't keep watch, my lord.
You're free to enjoy yourself. I assume it's safe in this town.
Yes, and there's something about this band, Cortanis, that just... Shango, I'd actually like you to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
A
Ooh.
wisdom saving throw. Oh boy.
Yep.
12. You are able to pull yourself away to leave to go up to the room. But yeah, the rest of you, there's something about this band that you just don't want to. You're just mesmerized. You can't help but enjoy the music, letting yourself. But it's also therapeutic. It's almost like listening to the melody is almost like the worries are being physically lifted off of your shoulders.
Thomas feels a little bit bad that she's not helping Shango, but since he gave her leave, she's kind of pulled by this.
Yeah.
She can't clap, but she might be able to
Fall
dance.
to
She has
the
fucking good decks.
For no particular reason, what's everyone's passive perception?
Oh, mine's so low.
14.
My normal. I get a plus
14.
0. I get a plus 0.
I got a
So I think it's like
15.
10 or 12. I'm not looking at it. That's why I say that.
If you have a plus 0, you should.
The highest I heard was a 14.
14.
15.
Yep.
15?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's a 13. How is mine a 13?
You might have proficiency in it.
Oh, that's true. I have proficiency in wisdom stuff.
All right. Yeah. You all enjoy the show thoroughly. And at a certain point, Dr. Dranzel comes on and says, the music stops.
Roughly.
And he says, well, thank you've all been a wonderful... But we're going to take a quick 5 to 15 minute break. Wet our whistles, and we'll be back after the band takes a quick break. With that, you watch as they step down off of the stage. And they step down off the stage. Dranzel's voice is hard on my throat.
Not quite talented.
Not the nose.
They step down off of the stage and gather over at a set of tables where Ella had brought over a bunch of mugs of ale and food. And you watch as Dranzel kind of gives her a big squeeze around the waist, and she kind of looks at him like, "Oh, don't get fresh," familiar. Playful, like it looks like they know each other well. This is not the first time Dranzel and his traveling, Dr. Dranzel and his traveling troupe have been through here. It doesn't seem like, but they start tearing into their food.
Would you say that I'm like tipsy yet or no?
Oh, probably if you're drinking pretty heavy.
Oh, then I'm definitely going over there because I'm like that drunk where it's like I'm feeling good and I want to talk to people. So I'm gonna go beeline it.
I see those all the time, all the fucking time.
Like I got a little.
You're like, I know that guy. I know that guy.
Oh yeah, I know.
I see that guy all the time.
We used to party back in the day.
As long as he tips.
We partied in the day. Yep, we partied back in the day.
But yeah, is anybody else gonna head over? No. All right, so you head over.
Thomas might go over just to check things out because she's curious about the instrument he was playing, because it looks very similar to something the fiddle, because it looks similar to what she knows.
Okay, yeah. So you head over. You stay a little bit behind Noxus, but as you get over there, Noxus, the Dr. Dranzel looks over and says, "Look, we'll be up on stage again in about 15 minutes. You just got to give us a chance to take a break and have a meal. That's all."
Oh no! I just wanted to come over and say how awesome you guys are.
Oh well, thank you.
Is that most impressive?
This is I am Dr. Dranzel, and this is my spectacular traveling troupe. Over here, you can see this is my good friend. He points to the halfling who was playing the lute. This is Kent Plucker. He says, "How do you do?" Over here, this is Zed, the large, rotund human, our drummer. And this is Mirabella. our singer. He points over to the elven woman. This is our singer, Mirabella.
That voice is quite beautiful, my lady.
Well, thank you. I would like to think it would be after hundreds of years of practice.
Most certainly.
So how long?
Do say
have
that
you
in
guys-
Elvish, but
Oh,
She kind of nods at you and says, and replies in Elvish, it's always nice to talk in tongue I so seldom get to ever since leaving Singorn.
I have
just
no
looking
idea
through
what
some
they're
name, but
saying.
nod slightly. And then kind of turns to the doctor. May I ask what?
But she also, as she looks
Oh.
at you, she, from under the table, pushes out a chair. Have a seat, she says in Elven.
Looks a little awkward, glances to Nox, and then look over towards where the stairs up where Shango went, think for a moment, and just kind of sit down, since he told her it was okay to stay down.
Okay. Noxus, Dranzel pulls out a chair for you to sit down at if you'd like.
Absolutely.
As you sit down, he rips into a big turkey leg. He says, Ella is the best cook in all Taldore.
I have certainly noticed
Yeah,
she's quite fine cook.
Yeah, whatever that macaroni stuff is, man. Oh, that's really good.
Yes, it's hers. She's the one who created it.
Well, she should be rich because that shit's amazing. Best
No
fucking
No matter
thing.
how much I try to charm her, she won't give me the recipe either.
Well, I mean that's smart.
Tis a good business plan.
Yeah, we can only imagine what you do with it. You probably stop playing music after a while. We need to hear you.
Oh, well,
Yes, she's most
I
impressive.
appreciate the praise. That is why we do it. For that and for the love of the music.
If I mayest ask, what sort of instrument doth thou play? I hath seen something similar, but not quite the same. It looks a bit like a salakine, and it's an Elvish word.
Yeah. Marabella kind of looks at you with like a, huh. And Dranzel says, what, you've never seen a fiddle before?
No, only salakines, which I have learned somewhat, but nothing so
He also
small.
kind of looks at you quizzically. They all do, knowing what a salakine is. But they say, those are kind of out of date.
So I hath heard. Forgive me, 'tis something I would simply use to strengthen my
Hey,
arms.
no bark.
But he pulls up the fiddle, kind of does that where holding it by the neck, he kind of spins it 360 in his hand, stops it, hands it out to you, and says, with the bow in the other hand, and says, maybe you could give this one a try.
So think a moment, but like slightly take it. It's kind of lighter than she's slightly used to. Assume these are slightly bigger. Could perhaps it hath been some time, or perhaps not some time. 'Tis difficult. She'll give it a shot, put it up on the shoulder. Try to get a feel for it. I do have proficiency in at least that particular type of instrument.
Make a performance check with proficiency then.
Okay. So that would just be oh, that'd be a +1 then. Okay. Let's just do... Actually, do I have...
Or if you have it in your tool set or like
I
proficiency.
think I put it
thing,
in my
you can-
tool set. Yes, I did.
Yeah, so you can just make that, but the applied stat
Maybe
would be charisma.
Aw, it wouldn't be dexterity?
No, it would not be dexterity.
Aw, why?
To play an instrument. Come on!
An instrument, you need the dexterity to hit the right notes. It's less about your...
Cortana, Flynn.
I'm
come on.
trying. Okay.
Come on, Dex Tank. You got it.
Yeah. Oh, fuck!
Hashtag blessed.
I guess. All right. So at first, when you first draw the bow across, you get a slightly discordant sound, but it quickly turns in. Your fingers begin to flurry, finding their old muscle memory, and you play an old, to what them would be considered a classical piece for
Like a hymnal.
Well, I don't know about a hymnal, but just like what
No.
you would think, like what we would, what we would
It's a
see
bit
as
fast. She does like a bit of a fast tune just because she was used to doing that for arm strength and dexterity.
Yeah.
So
like us listening to Mozart or something. It's from a long time ago as far as we're concerned.
Young time
But
ago.
but yeah, you play a quick little tune. They all kind of stand there, jaws agape, like, "Huh, was not expecting that." Um, but as you finish, they all start clapping. That was rather impressive. What would you say your name was again? Dranzel says.
looks a bit awkward and give a nod and hold it back. Thou canst call me Cortanus.
Well, Cartanus, have you ever thought about the traveling musician's life?
I am certainly a traveller now, but I have my duties, so. But it is most appreciated. She's very awkward about the whole thing. She did not mean to go that far.
Traveler, you say?
Yes, we are on our way to Drinna, I believe it is called.
Drinna.
Yep.
Great seafood.
Oh, it is on the water then. Good to know.
Oh, yes. It's on the biggest lake in all Taldore.
She makes note of that. Yes,
There's a
the
great
father
place called the
seemed...
Sandbar. You should
Sandbar.
check it out.
Sandbar.
Best fried fish you'll ever have.
Wait, what's fried fish?
Yeah, I don't know if
Well-
she'd know fried fish or not.
Yeah, I don't know. if
You'll
I know
see.
it.
You'll see.
Very well then, I shall keep it in mind, thank thee.
Indeed, they're you can find them at the Sandbar. It's run by the Reed Fellows. They're a halfling family. Ask for Cade. Tell them the doctor sent you.
All right, no problem.
Okay.
Cade.
CADE.
Yes, Reed Fellows is the last name. Good people. Good people.
So, hey,
What brings you to? Why are you? What business have you in Drinna?
I think we're supposed to find out why supplies is getting to Whitestone.
Yes, 'tis something
Oh,
that
you're
our
from
father
Whitestone,
wished.
huh?
I'm not from Whitestone, but that's
No.
where we're coming from.
Yes, 'tis simply a favor that the father, and she points over to Fike, wished to
Sitting
do for
alone
someone
at a
there.
table, just intensely staring at Knox, going, I'm not sure if he's embarrassing all of us. I hope he's not.
Well, it appears that they were invited to sit down, so
Yeah, generally you
you're
toss
not
someone away
alone.
if you don't.
you're not alone. You're still sitting at a table with Dan and Sao.
I'm just like making sure that he's not making an ass.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm doing.
All right.
I reassure him, yeah, that's fine. They sat down, no one's fighting yet, it's all good.
I'm assuming you're reading your book, Dan.
Yeah, I'm thumbing through
Yep.
it.
You're learning the basics of Celestial, the greetings, the farewells, the hellos, the goodbyes.
Where's
that
the
stuff.
library?
Yeah. Donde está la biblioteca in Celestial? Now.
It's Latin.
Donde
Part.
está el baño?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. A
I
lot of
say-
it is.
I
It
say in
does sound like
Celestial.
almost. Yeah. The speaking Celestial does almost kind of sound like that kind of Latin chanting that you would hear. Like that. Oh, sia mi grace.
Donde is requiem?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say right now, I am not doing that in the middle of this tavern.
Well, you're doing it in your head.
I'm doing it in my head, but none of you
Yeah.
hear this.
I've said that out loud. Celestial.
So at this point, Marabella leans in, Cartanus, and says, well, I hope you have some sort of protection while you're on the road. The ravages have been growing awfully more brazen under this new leadership of theirs.
What the hell does that word even mean, brazen?
Brazen, more aggressive,
Well,
more.
certainly aggressive and daring of sorts.
Why wouldn't you just say that then? Why wouldn't you say aggressive? Why would you say prey? I don't get it.
Brazen, it's a good word.
There's a chipmunk in here! Somebody destroyed on my leg! Watch out!
Katana
It gets all up and under your vestments, Father. It's just
It's a bad day. It's a bad day for the father.
I peer over my book
Wait,
as
Catcher, maybe
as
we
the
could
father's
trade your
freaking out.
pet.
I would like
we're
to
not getting
believe that
another
we are
friend.
most capable of handling such ravagers. We hath dealt with some of them before we came into town.
well, from what we've heard, this Grood is starting to really whip them into something to be reckoned with.
Grood.
We'll be okay. I blew one of their heads up, so
Wait,
we're
is
good.
Grood a word then?
No, Grood
Grood.
Grood is a name.
Oh,
What would this Grood be?
Well, rumor has it that the Ravagers have always been a nuisance to trade caravans and travelers alike. However, word is that there's a branch that has been brought together by this hobgoblin, calling herself Grood the Great. She has a small contingent of hobgoblins that she's disciplined fighters, and she's gotten control of an arm of the Ravagers, has been whipping them into shape and turning them into an actual fighting force. They've been hitting smaller villages and raiding and taking on full battalions of shields and walking away victorious. Which is strange because you don't often see hobgoblins this far north.
Tis most certainly odd. But good to know. Thank thee for the information, milady.
Well, that was Dransel.
Oh, sorry! I'm sorry!
I didn't know if you couldn't tell from the voice.
I'm an idiot.
Yeah,
I
she's
might have
like,
had a
no
few.
problem.
I might have had some wine.
She smokes 5 packs a day.
Your voice is beautiful.
Hey man, I've seen some shit. Alright? I didn't get to be an 86-year-old lady for nothing.
Shut up, I've had a lot of wine tonight. Give me a break.
Madge, what's the story on the street?
Selma.
Fucking hell. Okay, I guess that means I need to stop for the night.
No, that means you need to drink more.
Fuck.
I hand her another tankard. Yes, give in to your passions.
Thomas has not been drinking, just me.
Do
That's
it.
how I get to be. How I get to be somewhat charismatic.
Do it. I can be all the charismatic we need.
Unfortunately, my bottle of wine is empty.
Oh, sad.
There's that squirrel again.
I know, he won't stop playing with it. I'm trying to get it out of his mouth.
No, it's fine, buddy.
Playing tug of war.
Pupper.
But yeah, Dransel says. Dransel says that yes, the hobgoblins. You almost never see them this far north. They're always,
Katana looks exactly like she does not know.
You don't. Oh well. The hobgoblins of the Rifen Mist Peninsula. Not ringing a bell.
Forgive me.
I'm not from this continent.
Yes, I know very little of such things.
The Iron Authority. That's not. You don't. That doesn't ring a bell.
Katana looks very
The
embarrassed and shakes her
Hobgoblin
head.
Empire. The Hobgoblin Empire of the Rifen Mist Peninsula.
Does that
I'm
ring a
certainly
bell to
learning
me?
Now.
Make a history check.
See if I can make this work. History.
14. You don't know a lot. All that you know is there is a place named Tizarum.
Tizarm.
Yes, it's on the very southern tip of Taldore. Beyond the jungles of the beyond the Rife and Mist jungles, and it is the seat of Hobgoblin authority on Exandria.
Oh, so that's a hobgoblin city then, technically, is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
I mean, it's like you think Amon is big. This place has a population just shy of 50,000.
Yeah.
And it's all hobgoblins, goblins, and their slaves.
So it is a monstrous city. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. To
It's
give you an
unnerving.
idea, I'm gonna pull up the map here for you. But Tizarm is right there.
Oh.
And we thought we walked far. Jesus.
Yeah, I know, right?
This is the Rife and Mist jungle.
Jeez.
Singorn is right here. And then you've got the Stormcrest Mountains, the Frostweald, and then Western, and Turst is way up here.
We're all the way up here.
Yeah, Turst is all the way up here.
And we
Just
got to
quite
go
the ways.
all the way down there. No, I'm kidding.
No, you don't
I
want
would
to go
certainly
to
hope
you
not.
You don't want to go to Tizarum.
So you're
Well, I
on
mean,
the
I
road for the
do,
next
but I
7
don't.
years.
Yeah, right.
You find a couple caravans and you finally get there.
Become traveling bards.
But yeah. But Dranzel begins to explain. Well, the Iron Authority is the Hobgoblin Empire south of the Rife and Mist jungle. They live in Tizarm, which is their capital, which as legends say, was built out of the helmet of the Strife Emperor after he fought the Wild Mother in the Calamity.
She recognizes the word calamity now, but that's about it. But she's otherwise taking notes.
You also know who the Strife Emperor
right.
is.
And the Wild Mother, yeah.
Yeah, and the Wild Mother. Back in your time, they used to walk around the Prime Material Plane.
Yep.
So, but they are an empire of strength, and the strong survive. They take slaves from the elves of the Rife and Mist and other places. Their siege engine, if they ever decided to move north, they could roll like a wave through Taldore. They are very rarely seen this far north. This Grood must have been exiled, or is either exiled or perhaps the first leg of a scout mission for their eventual conquest. But that would be a worst case scenario. I'm sure that's not what it is.
I would certainly hope not. And she eventually finishes taking notes and sets it on the book, puts it back in her pack. Tis most appreciated, this information.
You're welcome. They're all finishing up their food. Well, we should probably get back up on the stage. It was a pleasure talking with you. And then he hands you a card, Cortanus, and says, if you ever change your mind and
take it over and look at it.
Want to be a star, get in touch with me. You look at the card and it says Dr. Dranzel's Spectacular Traveling Troupe, and there's this big cartoon face of Dranzel with a big smile and his tusks showing, and he's got that winking, kind of like a face.
I doth not believe I shall
he's-
be able to, but I shall keep it in mind. Thank thee, sir.
As they exit, and
She'll stand up from the table and motion to Nox to get back over to their table.
yeah, as you guys leave and head back over to your table, as Dranzel and his group step back up onto the stage and begin playing again. As the rest of the tavern, all the attention begins to go back to Dr. Dranzel and his spectacular traveling troupe. Cortanis, as you get back to your table, you reach into your pocket and realize there's a piece of paper in there.
Pull it out and look at it.
It's has a room number on it.
Oh.
And at the bottom, it's in Elvish, and it says, and it just is signed Marabellum.
Oh.
Ooh. Does Noxus see this?
I don't know.
She's not hiding it because she was confused by it.
Yeah, so I mean, you see her reading a piece of paper.
Hey,
But she was also taking notes when Dr. Dranzel was talking, so.
That's true.
true.
What doth this mean?
What are you talking about? Let me see.
It's in Elvish.
What does it say? I don't read this shit.
She'll just read it.
Oh. Okay. Cortanis, I gotta ask you a question, and I need you to be very honest. Okay?
If thou
Do
say
you
so.
like tacos or hot dogs?
Oh my god.
Just looks completely like confused
She's
face.
totally lost.
Because tacos and hot dogs are a thing.
They are. Totally.
Thou
It's
mayest
canon.
require
It's canon.
to. Thou mayest require explanation.
Oh. Shit, I forgot. Are you alright if I'm blunt? Are you okay if I'm just like out in the open blunt with you? Are you
I
alright
doth
with that?
wish thou wouldst be. I'm very confused right now.
Okay, alright. Honestly. Do you like girls or guys?
Art thou referring to a sexual nature?
Indeed.
Just looks very confused. Is such a thing
It's-
taboo nowadays? What is this allegory?
It's really not taboo anymore. It's actually
Anymore.
almost encouraged. Right.
The
It's
fact that
actually
thou
encouraged.
The fact that thou wouldst be so.
At least I think it wasn't, right? It wasn't?
No, in Taldore, it's never been.
Oh,
ever.
yeah, no.
Yeah, she just looks
it's
like the fact that
actually-
you look really weird that you would just use some kind of weird allegory for it instead of just outright saying it.
It appears that he's trying to find out whether you like men
Yeah.
or women because this Marabella apparently has invited you to. Yeah, but and it's
yeah.
you have this like oh moment.
Yeah.
I think Dior might, he's eating a turkey leg also, might just spit it out and ask, like, he wants to know if you fuck guys or girls. I mean, he was military, so, you know. It's
Dost thou fuck?
Your just thinks about it. I have certainly no preference, no one I knew. Or I can't remember knowing. 'Twas simply.
Well, I can tell you this much. She likes you, and she wants to do or the sex with you.
That I hath come to understand, but.
On that note, for the fuck's sake, and we go, oh, it's Samara.
She has
Oh,
a 7 charisma,
I'm
she's
ignoring-
awkward as fuck, but.
I'm
Gosh.
ignoring every bit of this.
Yeah,
As I walk out the door, I go, do the sex?
The minute he
And
opened
that
up with
is
hot
where-
dogs,
She
that is
understood,
where we
yeah.
will cut. All right,
done.
Yeah.
that is where we will fade to black for the night.
Grenada's gonna be like, no, she has something that, like, she has her focus. She is focused.
Yes.
Rolling back a little bit, I was curious when I was walking away from the music, did I feel any sort of magic, arcane, anything happening? Or was it just like this is a great beat, I like this, but I have to go?
No, it's not like they're all bards, so there's some magic to their playing.
Okay.
But it was more of a it wasn't something invasive or aggressive. It was just man, this is really good music. I don't
Gotcha.
But anyway, you all find your way. Eventually, you guys all find your way to wood to bed for the evening.
Also, as a quick point of order, I was casting magic missile into the rod before the night.
Oh, okay.
At first level.
Okay.
And reading in the enchantment book.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, and then I grabbed your enchantment book last session.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you said you were going to give it to him.
Yeah.
When I was done, yeah, that's
when
true.
you were done, so he wanted to get started on the reading. So
If they get in later, Katanas will be very careful not to wake Shango, and then just walk over to the other wall, like across from the door, sit down, lean against it, bring her swords up, and just kind of sleep like that, like she normally does.
as you all sleep for the evening, you come to consciousness the next day, having gotten a wonderful, and it's raining again. Sorry, I keep rolling and it keeps coming up rain.
Hi.
That's all right.
But I have it broken down by time of year, and this time of year there's like a 75% chance of rain almost every day. So
Fucking.
I don't believe you. I think it's rigged.
I 100%.
But in the spring, this is the
9 out of 10 just says
springtime in
rain.
This is springtime in Eastern Taldore. This is what it is.
Where
Oh my
is
God,
this,
they got
guys?
clothes
That
out.
does not give me a
everything's
decent
gonna be
day.
wet.
But you guys you got to sleep inside in rooms with their own fireplaces, and comfy beds, that, with warm down, comforters and pillows, and it was the best night's sleep you've gotten in probably 2 weeks.
I mean, other than Knox with the
Yeah, I know, right?
premium sleeping bag.
Yeah, up against the wall.
Exactly.
I got this.
What happens when you spend a
His
little extra
enchanted,
gold?
his enchanted +1 sleeping bag. But you all come to consciousness, come downstairs to a hearty, breakfast of eggs, fried tomatoes, bacon, sausage, biscuits. It is heavenly.
Is there sausage?
Is there what?
Sausage gravy.
Sure is.
Oh,
Kind of thing.
Biscuits and gravy.
What kind of establishment do you think Ella is running here?
Let me
Can I
get
get a
them
witness?
biscuits and gravy.
It's a heavenly experience, Father Fike.
Oh, you've read this book too.
I'm actually fluent in Celestial.
Oh, well, dang.
Anyway, as you
save
come
me
to
50
consciousness in the morning, you can see that there is practically no one in here except you. You peek outside, all the caravans have left already, it appears, upon word that the road to the Whitestone was cleared. They all got up early and were on the road long before you even came downstairs. It appears that Dr. Dranzel's traveling troupe has also carried on. As you all are getting your bits together throughout the day, you notice that a lot of your purses are awfully light. Much lighter than they once were, save
Oh.
for Shango. Save
Shenko
for
had all of our
Shenko,
stuff. Great. Yeah.
who went to bed early.
Well, to be
Even
honest,
mine, I stayed sober for that.
Yeah, even yours.
Yeah, Shenko carries both our money, so.
I feel that he
So
felt sorry.
anyone with that had personal funds on them that was not in the bag of holding,
Haha,
That's-
mine's in there.
that shit is gone.
Haha. Oh man, I'm glad
of
that
it?
that's in there.
All of it.
Yeah.
I figured he'd feel sorry for me and just put a coin in there.
That's what Katana would have noticed when she pulled out a room number. But I mean, she didn't keep anything in there anyway, besides.
Yeah.
You were too distracted by the room number.
But apparently, you guys lost some coin last night. Noxus, you think you might have just spent all that on booze.
Yeah.
Would not be surprised.
You were probably buying drinks for everybody last night. You know how you get.
It's probably safe to say I spent like 50 to 100 gold on drinks last
You
night.
still feel like apologizing to the lady, Kirtanis?
Well, I assume they weren't there anymore, but.
They aren't there anymore.
Yeah, but also she doesn't really know because she doesn't keep the money on her. Shenko holds her stuff.
Yeah. But at least
Well, I
you made
know.
a donation to Dr. Drangel's spectacular traveling troupe. Um,
Well, if I ever see him again, I'll make another donation.
I guess Kirtanis is happy that she didn't make a donation.
Oh.
oh.
Something,
But if there's anything else you guys would like to do before you leave this morning?
I would like some money so I can go buy something that I planned on doing, but now I'm.
Personal vendetta against that whole band. That's what I'd like to do.
you are all
Tis
out
most
of
unfortunate.
money.
Use my inspiration to reroll to see if I have my money still.
Unfortunately, no.
Dang!
Because it was
If
not a
you are
roll.
if you are in need of coin, Father, we do have a collective fund.
Yes, we
And
do.
I
There
can
are party
share-
funds.
There is
I
a
can
lot of
share
party
what I have
funds.
on me.
Yeah, I mean, I only had like 300 copper pieces, like 200 silver pieces, and like 6 platinum. So not a huge loss, but you know.
What didst thou require, Father?
I need to go buy like a pipe because fucking reasons.
Fucking reasons.
Yeah, reasons.
To the general store to buy a pipe.
I
Is
seem
this
to have
another
lost my
taco
pipe.
or sausage situation?
No,
Just
this
looks
is not a
over.
taco sausage situation.
What are you talking about?
I'm pretty sure it's a taco or hot dog
I
situation.
honestly doth
No.
not know, my lord. I have been informed of certain things in the night.
Do you require plumbing? That you are in need of a pipe?
To smoke. Do none of you smoke? Is it only
No.
my?
Tis
My
most
pipe
difficult in the
snaps.
lungs, Father.
No. Yeah, my pipe snapped. My stem snapped on the way to Whitestone, so I've been looking to pick another one up, but I haven't gotten the chance.
Easy enough
Uh,
if you have the coin.
I don't.
It might be a
I
sign.
got some. I got
It-
some.
It might be
got
a
some?
sign that you should purify your body.
Yeah, if he
Maybe
needs
you're-
it, if he needs
Maybe
it, I
your
got it.
deity is telling you to lay off.
Ooh.
No, I fell on my pipe and I snapped it. It wasn't the lady. That was me.
The lady is the
falling down.
change bringer. That's your luck.
Mhm.
It comes from the earth. It's natural, so it's good. So
You can just ask for a stipend from the party funds if you
yeah,
want.
A forward.
I need to buy a cut of 9 tiles and a pipe and some back.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
I know that we got like 80 to 80 platinum, I think.
You've got plenty of money. I'm not worried about you.
90. Yeah, the bag of holding has 94 platinum and 822 gold and a bunch of silver and copper.
So
So there's plenty.
That's give me like whatever. Apparently, in the bag of holding and Shango being the absolute luckiest person I've ever seen in my life, not getting
Ta-da.
robbed. Yes. Oh, by the way, spell for a spell, right? Deal. Well, the DM's doing stuff.
We had this arrangement.
Right.
Yes.
All right. So, Father Jacob gave me some kind of blessing, which made me glow with holy light or whatever. Right before I left, and I haven't noticed any troll. I was wondering if you'll find magic and see if you could probably tell me what he did.
I am personally. I can rely on my training in the arcane to find the magic in you. However, I have no magical means.
I mean, I have the magic in me, but I was just I don't. You
Got
seem
the magic.
in me. Yeah, that's I have the ability to also find the magic in me, but you have a lot of spells and I don't have a lot of spells, so I was just hoping maybe, whatever, and give me the rod.
I hold out the white man's rod.
All right, I'm gonna
the white man's rod. Is that what you just said?
I'm
Yep,
gonna
white
attempt
man's rod.
this. I'm gonna attempt this. I know the DM's gonna say no, but I'm gonna attempt it. I'm gonna attempt first to cast my whole healing pool of 15 points of lay on hands into the rod and see if it takes.
Nothing happens.
All right.
So you do not expend the healing pool, and nothing happens.
All right. I'm gonna.
That doesn't work that way.
Yeah. I just want to try that. Yeah. I cast Cure Wounds level 1.
Okay. Level 1 Cure Wounds into the rod. Expended the spell slot.
White man's rod is fully loaded.
All right. You go to the general store to buy a pipe. How fancy a pipe are you looking to get? They've got just simple wooden carved or clay pipes, or you could get a much fancier, like full-on Sherlock Holmes type pipe.
And I'll
Go big or
massage
go
your
home.
back too.
Well, I don't
Yeah,
have
go
any.
big or go home.
I don't have any fucking money. You know what,
Bro,
Shango,
don't
you're
even worry. Don't even worry. I got you, homie.
all right. All right, homie. Finger guns. All right, Noxus, you pick out the pipe.
I don't know what you want.
Just pick what you like to. What would you prefer? Staring back at you when you're talking to me?
Just you.
That one.
I'm-
I just point at one of the
That was a
median,
cute moment.
kind of like in the middle, kind of fancy,
All right.
kind of not.
So you pick out what looks like a long, the full-on Gandalf long wooden pipe, and it's one gold piece, and as he's handing it to you, he says, "Did you need anything to fill that up with?"
Yes. And like a weatherproof bag if you have it too, like a rainproof.
What in particular are you looking for?
Good
Standard
kush.
tobacco. If you have any King's foil, that'd be nice. But
King's foil.
Standard tobacco, nothing a little. And he kind of looks back and forth. Stronger.
no, just standard.
Very
Wait,
well.
wait. What's stronger than tobacco?
He's got herbs.
Oh boy.
He kind of looks at you like, really?
Give me a. Do you have a sampling for on the road use?
Yeah, you seem to be a caster, right?
Correct.
Oh. And he just kind of takes out like 3 different kinds of tobacco. They're a little bit different. They have a little bit different smell to them. And then he just kind of puts another little pouch on the counter to the right of it.
Get a
How much
dime
for the
bag.
run?
How much for the run?
Mm-hmm.
He says, well, for the 3 tobaccos, that'll be, let There's a 2 for 6 gold, and then for the sud, that'll be 25.
Nox, do you want to try it or what?
I mean, what is it? I haven't done any of this before. I've been on a boat for a long ass time. The only thing I've ever had is rum or ale or grog or just drinking. I've never smoked anything.
All right. Well, if you want to pay him, you have my money. So
I hand him whatever he asked for.
So if you want all 4 things, it would have been 31 gold.
31 12.
Okay. I give him 31 and
All right.
I
So you have
minus
3.
that, but
So you have 3 tobaccos, which are keep you good for a while, and then you have one.
Mhm.
You have 1 usage of sud.
Yep.
Which you know exactly what that is, Fike.
Yep. Yeah. And,
Well,
do you also have a cat of 9 tails? Preferably with a metal tip, or is that a specialty weapon shop I'm going to get it from?
A what?
Cat of 9 tails, like a whip with a bunch of
yeah.
like frayed ends. It's like
He has a.
Jesus got whipped.
They
with.
actually they have a bullwhip that you could.
No, it's probably gonna rip my back apart. No, it's all right. I'm good.
Noxus looks at you. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Hair shirt. I've already explained the hair shirt like 4 times. Why does no? Never mind. Repentance. It's for repentance.
Should I?
No, I forgave you. You're good.
Okay. All right. Okay. Good. I don't want to hurt myself.
yeah, nope. Plausible deniability.
All right. So
I'm
you
gonna load
guys-
up the pipe and fucking smoke. Thank God for
What are you
What have we
loading it
gotten
up
ourselves
with?
into?
one of the tobaccos.
Okay.
Nothing fun.
It is quite good. It gives you a little buzz, like a tiny little, buzz. And the first one smells and tastes of apple.
Oh, it's hookah. This is good.
Um,
It's a sheesh.
Applewood, like smoked apple.
Smoked applewood. Bacon.
But you all meet up at the Heart and Hearth Tavern. And are you continue? Oh shit! I almost dropped my book. Ah!
Oh no.
Are you continuing south?
Might as well.
The journey shall be continued.
'Twas the plan.
To Drenna we
Alrighty.
must go.
It's off to see Drorina.
The wonderful Drenna of
Oh god.
We're going back to see the wizard. That's the point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to
We're
Whitestone
gonna
to see the
go
wizard.
What wizard?
The
Oh,
wizard's
White-
The
assistant.
realm seer.
The wizard?
The Realms
Wizard.
see it. Eskil Rhinarian.
His
His
The
assistant.
wizard.
His
The
assistant.
wizard.
His assistant.
All right.
We're to see his assistant.
Back into the rain, wringing out things every so often.
Yes. So
I feel we're going to see the assistant.
Yes.
Eventually.
Eventually.
And hopefully the master wizard.
all right. So you guys continue on the road, having re-upped on your rations and everything like that, we'll say. And with your bellies full of hearty food and a good night's rest, you continue south, but in more of an easterly direction on the road to Drenna. The first day comes and goes in the rain. The second day comes and goes in the rain. And the third day comes and goes in the rain.
Walk in the rain.
The fourth day,
Singing it.
on the fourth day, you get a respite from the rain. of a overcast day, but it is warm. But on the 5th day, the rains return. And as you guys continue to travel south, the more and more sparse the trees get, the further southeast you travel, and the farther away from the parchwood that you get, and it turns into more and more grassland, hilly, rocky grassland. That with the rain, everything smells of like fresh sod and earth. There's that smell of fresh ozone in the air, because a couple of the days you get some thunderstorms in the far off distances. Nothing that comes close to where you'd have to worry about it. But
Doth not know if this is better or worse.
Worse,
The trees
it's
provided
worse.
some respite from the water.
So for like every 30 minutes, I'm casting prestidigitation on myself, so I'm not like
Woo!
wet to the bone.
yeah, just drying everybody off every once.
Or Dan might get
Yeah.
this like slight as best puppy eyes as Cortalis can give. Looking like
Dan
a wet
doesn't know that
rat.
spell.
No,
Dan,
it's
you
not.
mean
Noxus.
Noxus?
Noxus has.
Or
the
sorry,
spell.
Noxus. I'm gonna do that
During one of the
eventually.
days,
later
I'm
or
going to try to
something.
cast Detect Magic on myself to see what exactly Father Jacob imbued me with before I left.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and you cast Detect Magic. And I gotta look up. I gotta look up a thing.
What happened?
Gotta look up a thing. Gotta look it up on the book in the page. Totally set.
He he cast an abjuration spell on you.
You're gonna die.
You know that abjuration is a protective kind of magic.
You're gonna die from protection.
You're so well protected, it kills you.
You can't
protection
get killed if
smothers you
you're
to
dead.
death.
Yeah.
You're safe. You're safest when you're dead.
That's
Big
slightly
brain.
modified.
It saved you so well.
Yep.
The best way to save you is to kill you.
I didn't
Can only
ask.
be
So.
it's a yandere.
I mean, Thanos thought that way.
We're not-
Anyway, it's an abjuration magic that he cast on you, like abjuration spell.
So, hey, Father, that stuff that we got, what is it?
I look around to see if anybody else is listening in.
Oh,
Is
you mean
anybody else? Is
being
anyone else?
stealthy, or
It would
just
depend on
walking
how
south?
close you're doing it, not like
Yeah.
how far away you're being from people. Cortalis is just alert in general, trying to just in case something pops out at us.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, we're all walking in a group right now, I would assume. So, unless
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you guys are all
Oh,
walking in a
fine,
group.
whatever. It's highly illegal and dangerous.
Oh. So why did we buy it then?
It's what did you buy? Because you wanted to ride the roller coaster.
Cortanis, have you seen it? Have you
Wait.
seen it?
I have no idea. But since they said highly illegal, what didst thou purchase?
I don't know. I bought this tobacco, I guess.
Did you
Right.
pull it out?
Yeah, sure. Why
Yeah.
not?
Did you show it to Cortanis?
Yep.
Sure.
Cortanis,
Nope.
you recognize it instantly.
Oh.
Sood is a dangerous granular substance refined from magic residuum. Initially developed during the Age of Arcanum by archmages as an incense burned to enhance long spell ritual casting. The secret was discovered and spread among the spellcasting riffraff of Exandria. The varying forms of refinement are dangerous and can produce one of 3 different types of Sood. When
Are
burned-
tempting to do some kind of
sorry.
ritualistic magic, Father. Like looking between Fike and Nox.
When burned, and the fumes inhaled, requiring an action, the imbiber must make a Constitution saving throw, or become unconscious for 2d4 rounds. With a success, the user gains 1 sorcery point and access to 1 metamagic option, as per the sorcerer class, font of magic, and metamagic features, for
Damn.
1 hour based on the type of sood used. If more than 1 dose of sood is used within 1 hour of another, the DC of the Constitution saving throw is increased. If 3 or more doses are used within 1 hour, failing the Constitution saving throw drops the user to 0 hit points. Brown Sood grants the extended spell option. Blue Sood grants the twinned spell option. And Red Sood, which is what this is, grants the distant spell option.
Oh.
And I'm sorry, it was 80 gold pieces is what you spent on it. My mistake.
That's fine.
That's a lot more than 25.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is a lot more than 25, but I forgot to read the whole thing. So
Wherefore didst
sorry,
thou
it was
get
80.
substance?
The general store.
Wherefore? For what reason?
What is the purpose?
I don't know. I thought it was just tobacco. I've
It's
never
so-
seen this shit
It's,
before.
you know,
That is
ride the
certainly
white
not
dragon.
simple tobacco.
Ride the white
Why
dragon.
would you want to mess with any dragon?
Yeah,
No,
fuck
it's-
dragons.
A white dragon?
That is the
No.
most powerful of the magical substances of sorts.
For the love of God! I get it. It is to get you high. What is wrong with you people? Nobody
That
understands.
substance doesn't make you fly.
Not
I
that
walk off.
particular
I walk
variety,
off. I walk
no.
off. I walk off. I'm done.
Wait, come back, father. Wait.
Sometimes I just don't understand that,
Patience
man.
is a virtue I'm learning. I do not have it yet.
I'm so confused.
This type of not tobacco, this type of drug was used by mages long ago to enhance ritualistic visions of some sort.
It enhances one's arcane abilities?
Oh, really?
To some extent.
What would happen if I...
but 'tis dangerous, especially to those who are not used to its use.
Oh,
In what sense?
It could knock you out. You could die.
whoa,
Oh,
shit, I
I
don't want to
suppose
die.
it could knock thee out. I hath never used it. I have never partaken of arcane practices myself.
So what's the good part about it? Because you're talking a lot about the bad and not about the good.
Well, you know, like
It
the
is.
you know the warm fuzzy feeling you get after like a few ales.
It
Yeah.
enhances
Yeah.
it enhances your sorcery power.
But it appears to me as a shortcut of actually learning and controlling your abilities.
100%.
Those not understanding its true nature, perhaps.
Well, you know, in defense, from what I've learned from sorcerers is that it's more of like a power within kind of thing. So, if I'm not born with the power within, substitute.
'Tis most
Yeah, why not
dangerous,
use
Father.
a drug, right?
If you're not born with the power within, you're not meant to have the power within.
And I just
You
say,
are not worthy!
No,
I'm
Shango,
so confused. I want
that
this,
hurts.
but I don't know if I want this. I'm so
That-
confused.
The side
make it
effects
out-
could be dire in some circumstances.
Yeah, so that's
listen,
why you have
I
a
spent-
spotter.
Further, you make it out
Yeah.
like having the power is purely beneficial. It comes with a great burden.
Right.
Yeah, and the burden on this is that you die. So, you know,
Let's
that
not
doesn't
talk
on
about
hand.
that. I don't
Doth thou
want to do that. I
have a
don't wanna
death
die.
wish of some sort, Father?
No, of course not. It's just, you know, if sometimes life's tough. You know, I'm not exactly comfortable with.
With
All right, you know what? Fine, I'll say it. Before I met you, group, I never killed anybody before.
Oh.
So, and after the skeleton debacle, and we figured out that those were actually people. Those weren't skeletons. Those were people posing as skeletons or whatever. And then
No, I'm sorry if they were undead. So
They were literally skeletons.
yeah.
all right.
All skeletons were people at some point, Father.
And technically speaking, all skeletons were people at some point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But anyway,
And then we butchered a bunch of gnolls, and then we found these two nice ones, so nice, and they brought us to town. Made sure we didn't get harassed on the road. So
We doth remember that, Father. We weren't there.
I know you want. I'm expressing my frustration. Is that I don't like to kill people.
Do you want a hug?
Those were gnolls, not people.
Is Noxus hugging me right now?
Yes, he is. He's coming in for a hug.
That's fine. I'm no longer doing the arm movements, and I'm still just angry.
Yeah.
But they could have had pups or whatever. They have children, families.
They also had.
Did they not say they did not? That Ravagers was some sort of feral, angry.
I'm talking about the other
destroyers.
two.
Yes.
They didn't kill the other two.
That we hath saved of some
That
sort.
we have
Or
not.
thou hath saved.
As Cortanas points out, the other two live because.
Yeah, didn't you heal one of them?
Yes, but what is the difference between the bad ones and the good ones?
The bad ones try to kill us, and the good ones don't.
Yeah. I mean, aren't you supposed to fight back and defend yourself? I mean, that's the thing about life.
What they had said,
All
these
life is-
Ravagers
all-
have killed many. Thou mayest have saved many lives, Father, by destroying them now.
All life is precious, regardless of how evil.
But not all life can be saved.
Correct.
I
Very
agree with
insightful.
both statements.
But
Necessary sacrifices need to be made for the good of all of Tal'Darim.
yeah, but who are we to make that choice?
Shoot! 3 shoot!
Da.
4 arrows slam into the road around you. And you hear a voice cry out as you guys all instinctively reach for your weapons. You hear a voice cry out, "I wouldn't do that if I was you."
Looks like we got to make that choice
It's
again.
like already have.
Nope.
Looking around at the source of the voice, trying to find where it came
And
from.
you are who to tell us that?
Obviously, we're gonna get.
You guys
find
are
out.
all right in there.
Here, center. Of
Right
course.
in there.
Plop. Right in there, you said?
Yes, you would have been heading this direction.
We have a hand for getting into ambushes, don't we?
Most
We're not the
unfortunate,
most
my lord.
perceptive.
Well,
You are not the most perceptive group. You guys, your passive perceptions are not super high.
We did just have a fundamental debate about good and evil and being judges of the world.
Yeah,
so-
exactly. You were a bit distracted.
The Changebringer provides the answers, Father.
He
The
doesn't worship
Changebringer
the
provides.
Changebringer.
You should say
Changebringer does not
Avandra.
provide shit.
Dang.
I seem like she uses the old name, so she uses Avandra.
So, let me pull out.
Me personally, usually I would say I will fight, but as this character, I will not fight and refuse.
You're a pacifist?
You watch as 2 rather large orcs step out from behind. One steps out from behind a bush. The other one steps out from some tall grass. 2 equally, even bigger bugbears step out onto the road in front of you. You see several. You see several goblins in this small little patch of trees that you came to on the road. Some of them hiding in the tall grass, but they all stand up with arrows knocked, bows and arrows, short bows with arrows knocked, pointing at you. And as you look over here, coming out from behind the felled tree off the road, is what looks like 3 extremely well armored and armed hobgoblins. They have reddish orange skin with jet black hair on the tops of their heads. And they each, similar to orcs, though not as large always, large tusks protruding from the lower jaw coming upward. The 2 in the front wield long swords, very distinctive looking long swords that are almost like giant cleavers, almost like what the Uruk-hai use in Lord of the Rings. And the one behind him, the one behind them, has, like with the berserkers in the Lord of the Rings, those big great sword versions of them with like the 2 hooks on the either end at the end, is wielding one of those shoulder, and he says, "Now this can go one of 2 ways. You can give us all your stuff, and then we'll beat you, but we'll let you leave. Or you can be insolent, and we can kill you and take it off your corpses. However, that tends to make the stuff that we take from you all bloody, and then we have to clean it. So,
Don't suppose these are to Grood.
We could have a third option, and you just let us go on our way, and we pay you handsomely in gold.
What is it you seek?
everything."
There's always a fourth option of Leroy Jenkins.
I'm
Don't know who that is.
I'm seething
starts-
right now. I'm
if he-
seething. I'm so upset.
CR starts running, I just trip him.
These guys
That's what you-
move up here
No jump, because I'm
a little bit closer.
Katan's might move
guys-
to the other side of Shango.
A little bit closer. These guys come in a little bit closer. And this guy in the back here says, "Look, it's apparent you don't understand who we are."
Art
Is
thou
it?
of Grood?
Enlighten us. Enlighten us.
Ah, so you do know who we are.
Rude.
That should make things easier.
Wait, are you Grood?
He starts laughing. And he says, "Oh no, I serve Grood."
Well, what if
This is a
what
branch
if you
of the
served?
Ravagers.
Yeah, what if you served somebody
are.
better?
There is no one better.
Well, I mean, I could say otherwise.
I'm sure you could. Look, I understand that you think that you guys are plucky heroes, and this may go well for you if you try to spring something on us, but you're surrounded. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to give you one last chance to take off all of your clothes and give us all of your stuff. We'll then proceed to beat you because you wasted our time, and then you'll be able to leave.
Hey, I got a question for you. Do you know a big giant knoll dude that was like over by a road where there was a tree in the middle of the, in the middle of the walkway? Do you know him?
He looks at you like, obviously you're not understanding. Apparently I'm being unclear.
I was gonna look back over to Shango while they're doing that. My lord, permission to deal with these curs.
I'm gonna start walking off. I'm just gonna start like slowly making my way towards down the path.
Downtown.
Like, yeah, I don't.
Yeah. We do not.
Downtown Willie Brown.
Walking fast.
You,
Making tracks in your own back.
what? Oh,
Fine,
I don't
we'll
wanna-
do it the hard way.
We're not doing it the hard way. You were being a dick. All right.
Can I cast Eldritch? Can I?
I don't
cast
know this
Eldritch
phrase
Blast
now.
on Somebody.
We are going.
That was great.
Now we are going to roll initiative.
Yeah, now he's not gonna make any. He's done.
Yeah, you
Call
called
him
him
a
a dick.
I was trying so hard.
It's over. You call him a dick.
Like, yeah.
Oh, I was
You,
trying
sir,
so
are
hard.
those rolls.
You, sir, are phallus.
Those roads,
Wow.
though.
She knows what a dick is now. She heard that one before.
Yay!
I remember teaching her.
Good job.
AC is down because we weren't going to get attacked on the road. I forgot.
Ooh.
Even better.
I assumed you put your arm back on.
No, I'm not. I did not think I was going to get attacked on the road down to Drenna. I am down to a 15 AC.
It's a lot higher than mine.
Higher than mine. Don't you dare bark, dog. Don't you do it. I see you. I see you. Don't you do it.
Maybe.
There's nothing out there.
Woof, woof, woof.
Oof.
Yep, he did it.
There he goes.
Hey, there's nobody out there.
Alrighty, here we go. Sorry, a lot to keep track of in this fight.
Yep.
I want to blow somebody's head off.
I'm just going to leave. I don't know about you guys. I'm just going to leave.
Nah, I'm blowing somebody's head up. Y'all better that you barked at the leaf.
It wasn't scary leaf. It was about to attack you. He needed to protect you.
Yes, he did.
It's one fucking dangerous leaf.
All life is precious. What the fuck?
I like that we just had this conversation.
Yeah. It's
Say, guys, I just told them that I don't like killing, and now you come here and ruin my day.
I said I
Thou
didn't
may
want
need
to
us
kill.
to live in the current world as I do, Father.
I live in the current world.
Alrighty.
I love that Cortana said that your ideals are old.
Secret in the other campaign, she's a little bit racist against Rao.
Just a little.
Old
I was
school.
playing one of my last campaigns. I was playing a half orc that was racist against little people. So like gnomes, halflings, anything that's small.
Anything that's puntable, that's messed up.
Yep.
Man.
he was not a very nice person, I guess.
If you can punt it over, drop kick it over a fence, it is not a race.
He had quite the story though.
You don't know how much I wish I had somebody with haste in that party, because oh my god, I love this.
This is the nice day? This is like the nice overcast day?
Nope, this is the fifth day
No.
where it got rained.
Fifth day of rain? I'm fucking... all these guys are dying.
Drown rat.
Fuck these guys.
Oathbreaker! It's the fifth day of rain!
No, I just talked
Spike
about
would
all
not
life
do
is
well
precious.
in-
You had your
Just
one,
like
it's not
Northwest.
unusual, and now we're back to fucking, What's New Pussycat again.
Yeah. It's not
All right.
unusual.
So, first to act are the orcs over here.
Of course.
They when they hear their boss say kill them, they get a big smile on their face. They heft up their great axes, and this one charges at Seau, and this one charges at Erdan. Alrighty. As they hold out their great axes, they are going to reckless attack each of you once. So Sayao, that's a 10 to hit, which I know misses, even with advantage. And then Erdan against you. That's pretty
Sam
good.
needed to roll initiative.
24 to hit, Erdan. I'm pretty
that
sure it
hits.
hits. So he recklessly attacks. So if you were to attack him, you have advantage on the attack. But as he comes arcing down with his great axe, you're able to get your shield up, but the impact is so hard that you feel it into your forearm. You suffer 13 points of slashing damage.
Wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
Is Sayao not here?
No, he was asking
Yeah, I
someone to
think
roll
it-
for him for
Ah,
Yeah.
initiative.
I will do that.
I'm here, but only to
Plus
spawn
3.
point.
Initiative 13, which would put him in here. All right.
He's still in Discord, right?
He's still in Discord, yeah, but he might be on the road or something. So with that, I am sorry. Shit. What did I just run over? Great. I just ran over my Turst notes. I gotta take a quick bathroom break. I'll be right back.
So, guys, D&D Beyond.
D&D Beyond.
No, not D&D.
Yeah, join us. I have the I may have put up the overlay, but it's just me and Shango right now.
I'm actually in there, yeah. I don't know if I actually finished making the character.
Yeah,
So,
it
guys,
just has
the
it just has the
campaign
basic
for-
information.
Yeah, I was in the process of finishing it up.
It just has like the stats.
Since I have everybody here, I got some good news and bad news.
Go on.
Good news. I got a new job.
Woo!
Bad news. I work Wednesday nights.
Aww.
So you guys got me for another.
All right.
3
Sorry
weeks.
about that.
No.
Oh, did you just tell him?
Yeah, I
Aw.
told him.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna try and work it into the stories, but I got ideas. So
I'll kill him.
Jesus.
He needs to catch back up on rogue levels.
Yeah, I need
You
some
should-
rogue levels.
You should totally just make me the big bad in the end and make me become Batman.
Yeah.
No. All right. So
You were supposed to save us.
You were supposed to be the chosen one.
You were the chosen
God.
one.
I was the chosen
Cortanas.
one.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, the moment she just turned back and asked if she was okay with dealing with the curs, pulls out the
Yeah. So
blade.
as you turn back, you look at the two orcs charge, and one of them smashes into Erdan's shield.
She just glares at that, turns around and glares at these ones directly in front of her, and starts going forward, blades out, to like swipe at them on either side as she comes through. So one attack each on those two. She has that extra Nature's Boon blade on the right side, so she has like two swords on one side, one on the other. Pulls that and one of the regular ones. Since it would be on the right side, that one gets the Nature's Boon, and then the other one gets the regular offhand.
Okay. "13 misses,
Okay. So the
24 hits.
The one on the left gets swiped, and then she is gonna.
7. So as you move in between them and swipe, the one on the right gets his shield up, ching, and you just no damage. The other one you catch in the side, sing, and he.
And then she's gonna make another swipe as she goes past them, like right out at the big guy here, with her extra attack.
21 hits.
Yep. So she's at least marked those two.
Yeah. Oh, is it? Can you mark more than one?
Yeah. It's whoever
Uh-huh.
gets hit with an attack.
Ah. That's really cool. All right. So that ends your as you come up and Shing is this guy. He for 13 points of damage. That's
I have
good.
dealt with many a cur. I doth not need to worry about dealing with more.
He just kind of looks at you and goes, "Here, someone worth my time, finally."
I would not say the same.
Alrighty. That ends your turn. That brings us to him. He is going.
I think he needs to take an action so that he can use the aloe vera for that burn.
Actually, what he's going to do is activate his ability called Leadership, and he points out and says, "You flank them, keep the arrows up, and deal with this woman." He starts shouting out orders. And then he is going to heft up his great sword, and he is going to swipe it at you twice, Cortanus. Ooh, that is a 22 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
No, yes, no. A 24 to hit.
Yep.
However, the second one is only a 15.
Nope.
So you suffer. Ooh. He's going to use his martial advantage to do extra damage to you as
That's fair.
well. Because he has allies within 5 feet. So instead of
Are
just
they within 5
2d6,
feet? Or is it within 5 feet of me?
within 5 feet of you, yes.
Uh-huh.
So 1. Ooh. You suffer 22 points of piercing damage as
Channel
that
Divinity.
point just digs right into your lower back, and there's a huge gash mark there as he catches you. And he, as he yanks it out, you see a spray of blood go onto the wet ground. As he comes around for another backhanded strike, this time you're onto him. You're able to get one of your blades up to deflect it.
Yeah, the hilt,
but
just
that one,
right at the hilt to keep the most balance there.
yeah. But that hurt.
I want to channel my divinity to rebuke the violence.
Okay, so you're gonna rebuke the violence.
Yep.
So he takes damage, or he has to make a save, right? Or
Yeah,
something?
wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
Of 15, I believe it is.
He probably made it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
14.
14. Yeah, he rolled a natural 19. So.
All right, so he takes half of whatever damage he just dealt to.
So 22. So he takes 11 points of radiant damage. So as he strikes with that first hit, you rebuke the violence, and a flash of divine energy runs down the blade into his hands, and you watch it on his hands. As his violence has been rebuked. All right. That ends the captain. That ends the captain's turn. Erdan.
After he smacks into my shield, I haven't used my hammer yet. I'm gonna pop him in the chest with my hand and inflict wounds.
Ooh. You have advantage, by the way. 21 definitely hits. for 23 points of necrotic damage. So you just reach out and grab him by the chest, and your hand turns black, and you watch as all these black veins, as all these veins coming up out of his armor, from under his armor, up into his neck and his chest, turn black, and his eyes roll back in his head, and he just falls to the ground dead.
Oh, okay. Wasn't
That
expecting
was
that.
that was
A golf clap for that.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull out my hammer and yeah. Guess that's the end of that.
Wow, that went a lot better than I expected.
Yeah, it really did.
Not everything's got 1,000,000 hit points. So yeah. So does that end your turn, or Dan?
I'm gonna move right here. It's my turn.
That guy's going to get an attack of opportunity on you.
Oh yeah, this one. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, that one. That is a 21 to hit.
All right.
You suffer. It's cocked. Rolled the same thing. You suffer a whopping 4 points of slashing damage, as he just nicks you in the back. The armor catching most of it with his great axe as you walk away.
Don't even pay him any attention.
All right, that ends your turn. Sayao,
What am I looking at?
you've got a raging orc right up in your face.
All right. Try to take his ass out.
All right.
Warp or axe, pickaxe.
Yep. So you've got 3 attacks, but you have advantage on all of them because he was reckless.
Nice.
So, battle axe is a hit for 12 points of damage, and then the war pick is an 18, which hits for another 7 points of damage. And that'll so you just take both your battle axe and your war pick and like do this like big same time, both of them coming from different angles at his head, and his head just is axed and war picked at the same. You cut off his head and your war pick sticks into his side of his temple. So as you cut the head off, it sticks to your war pick, and you pull it up, and now it's like hanging from your war pick as the body falls to the ground.
So he's done.
So he's done. You've got your bonus action left, and
Second attack.
your extra attack. And
Yeah,
your movement.
I would move to the next guy's closest. One of the party looks like they need help. I would probably go towards them.
Probably. I mean, the closest thing to you is a goblin.
Yeah,
No, he probably-
take out the goblin.
you probably go over where Cortanus is. He said, like, if somebody needed help,
Yeah.
surrounded.
Yeah,
Go like that.
Yeah, we'd
I mean,
go
you-
over there because he saw she took.
You run over to the other hobgoblin. You take another attack with your battle axe. Oh wait, that one's not an advantage. So do that again.
Thomas might yell back at him for leaving Shango.
Hey.
Oops, that's not the button. 21 hits for 6 points of slashing damage. Yeah, so you come running, after you take him down, you come running up with your battle axe, and you do a big arcing strike this thing on one of the. He gets his shield up, but you still nick his thigh, and blood starts to run down his leg, and he. That will end your turn. That brings us to the goblins. All of the goblins are going to loose their arrows. So, Shango, what's your AC?
11. But
11?
Yeah, if you're below 16, I'm going to cast shield.
Okay. First one misses you. Second one hits you, but it's well beyond your shield.
Okay.
I'll tell you that. I'll just give you that. So you take an arrow for 6 points of piercing damage. As an arrow drills you in the thigh. Noxus, you're gonna get a pair of arrows at you. What's your AC?
Luckily, not to the
Right
knee.
now it's 12.
12. One of them hits you for 8 points of piercing damage. As you get drilled in the shoulder with an arrow. Thump, thump. Cortanus, you're gonna get some arrows at you. That's a 21 to hit
Yep.
and a 14 to hit, which
Nope.
misses. So that's 6 points of piercing damage. As an arrow strikes you from the side, and then a couple more arrows are going to fire from these guys over here at Sayao. Oh, that's a 24 to hit. Ooh, and a 23 to hit. Jeez, I'm on fire tonight. Sayao, you suffer 6 and 8. 6 and 8, so 14 points of piercing damage. You need me to mark that for you?
Cool. Yeah.
So, all right. So you're there. So all the goblins fire their arrows. And then these two hobgoblins right here are going to listen to their boss. Actually, I forgot to do that. That's my fault. Listen to their boss's leadership, so they get an extra D4 on their D20 rolls to attack you, Cortanus.
Okay.
Because they are well trained, and he is a good leader, supposedly. Well, you're there, and you're right there and harassing their boss.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's what they would do.
Nope, that's fine.
Here we go. If they hit, they will also get their martial advantage. Uh, 22
Mm-hmm.
and same thing, 22. Exactly the same thing. Wow, that's so weird. I just rolled the exact same thing on the D20 and the D4 2 times in a row. That was really weird. Anyway, so from the first guy, Cortanus, you take 10 points of slashing damage. I'm sorry, I lied. 9 points of slashing damage. From the second guy, you take 12 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
As they both cut into you with precision strikes, almost as if your normal defenses were picked apart by their leader, and he just and they had a practiced maneuver to get past it. These are not your average raiders. These things are well trained and well equipped.
Well equipped curs.
Yep.
Shango.
Alright. Cortanus, you're still up?
Barely, but yes.
Okay. Let me see if I go. Alright, I'm gonna start after those 2 orcs got felled. I'm gonna start running over here. And as I'm running, I'm reaching up towards the sky with my right hand. And the wind starts picking up behind me. So I'm starting to cast a spell which lets me use my bonus action to get 10 feet of flight movement. So I'm getting an extra 10 feet to get, I would think, over here. Yep. Which should give me a straight line down here hitting those 3 guys. It's a 5-foot wide spell. So I'm reaching my right hand up. A lightning strike comes from the sky into the hand and out the left hand, which I reach out front, and I cast lightning bolt.
Oh.
So I got a 5-foot wide, 100 feet long range. So I should be able to get these 3, I would think,
All right.
since it's 5 foot wide.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. So they need to make dexterity saves. Which is the DC?
16.
Plus 2.
This does not give me a damage thing. I guess I roll.
Fail. Natural 20 for the hobgoblin captain. Fail for the 2 goblins though. Ooh,
So
Fuck
a good
yes!
Yeah, it is.
that's
Wow.
a really good roll.
That's
it's
my
half
lord.
damage- Half damage on his save.
So he takes 16.
Yeah, and then 32 for the fails.
He's dead. You just watch as these 2 blackened, charred goblin bodies just fall to the ground. And he takes 16.
Now.
And there lightning up the body of the hobgoblin as he and he looks rough.
Yes!
All right, it's my turn.
That brings us to the bugbears. This one is going to charge up here. This one's going to charge up here at Fike. They are both gonna. So they kind of they're big and they kind of hunch forward, almost like gorillas with their fists on the ground. And they have these large spiked wooden clubs, and they kind of slam them on the ground, and then they come charging towards you. Much bigger and more physical than you. And they are going to each swing their morning star at you. The first one rolled a natural 2, so he missed. The other one rolled a natural 3, so he misses as well. As they both swing their morning stars, but you just duck out of the way, and you can see them getting very frustrated.
I was just really hoping both Morningstars just hit each other and then just landed right in the ground in front of me and I just go. Good job.
And they look at you frustrated.
Yeah.
That brings us to you, Fike.
Yeah, I'm just gonna real quick sleep. I'm gonna yeah, let's do this whole 20 foot, like centered around this stump, 20 feet around.
Okay.
Night time.
So, all right. So, let's do. I'm gonna use this dead guy. The 20 foot, you said, radius?
Yeah, 20 foot, yeah.
So I'm gonna use this dead guy as so we can measure it. I
know it's probably only gonna get the goblins, but
like that. There we
Could
go.
get all 5.
I don't know how much debt.
No, that's well. I mean, yeah. So roll the 5. Oh, you did. So what is that? Well, there's no sneak in it, but so 25.
Yeah,
So
well,
it starts with the lowest hit points, guys, right?
Yep.
So hold on, I gotta do some math.
Numbers. Business, business, business.
Yes, I get
Is
my
it working?
arcane calculator out.
It worked.
All right,
Just that
so
Abacus.
Gilmore's glorious goods.
Percocet. Dr. Percocet. Sleepy. Oops. Sleepy. The bugbears kind of get lethargic for a second, but then they shake it off and kind of roar in your face, and you get a little bit of spit on your cheek. As their big fang tusked mouths kind of they're furry with this orange hair, almost like a built muscular upright orangutan.
Right.
But those three goblins totally just fall asleep.
They're so adorable.
Kill him.
They're more adorable now, less adorable when they were firing jagged
Yeah.
little arrows at you.
Yeah.
But that's your action. Yeah, three of them just fall asleep instantly.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm just. Fuck. Yeah.
That's your action.
Yes. Yeah. I'm gonna use disengage as my bonus action. And I'm just gonna calmly just walk up to the leader.
I thought you were walking to town.
I'm gonna slowly just make our way towards Drenna.
Yeah. So as you turn and walk away, the two bugbears swing at you, but you just kind of go like with your, you just duck your head to the side, and they both miss by like half an inch as you're walking away. And then one turns and looks at the other like, "Come on, man, you're embarrassing me." And the other one looks back at him. You can't understand it unless any of you speak Goblin. But the other one turns back at the other one and says, "I'm embarrassing you." But that ended your turn, Fike.
Yep, that's it.
Noxus.
Please tell me you're just pointing at the leader as you're walking slowly.
Yeah, I'm just going. You.
So I guess they have I would like. Ooh. I want to walk up to those two bugbears, and I want to say, "Hey, my name's Noxus, and I'm about to fuck your world up." And then I want to cast Thunder Step, and I want to go over towards the trunk of the tree.
Which tree? This tree?
That is correct.
All right, so you're gonna step here.
Correct. And then I'm going to cast Thunder Step at 3rd level.
And that's a 10-foot radius?
I believe it is. I don't know if I can.
Yeah, it's 10-foot radius.
Yeah.
All right. So you. Hold on. I have to check something.
I think it's a con save.
No, yeah, that's not what I have to check.
Oh.
Ensure that you're walking up to, then teleport away.
Okay, bye.
Bye, guys. See ya.
Okay, bye. Huh. How about that? Yeah. So you step right up there, and you summon your sword, and the smoke and embers kind of shoot out with it. You kind of spin it in your hand upside down, stab it into the earth, and the blade begins to crackle with lightning as you stab it into the earth, and it like you guys hear what sounds like a crack of thunder as Noxus
Everyone is all about
disappears.
the storm theme.
Apparently. Disappears and reappears over here.
The sun, baby.
And they need to make con saves.
Mine
What's your
is,
DC?
I think it's 15. Let me double check on that. See if it'll load up.
That's a 17 for the first guy and a 10 for the second guy.
My spell DC, come on, load, is 15.
So one succeeds, one fails.
Okay, let me see if I can get in there because I think I put a. Okay, come on, load. There we go. Thunderstep. Aha, there it is.
3d10, I believe. Aww. So
Damn.
10 points of damage. So this guy takes 5 points of damage. And this guy takes 10 points of damage. Oops. Alright, so it explodes, the thunder cracks, the two bugbears, and you disappear and reappear over here.
Gracias, gracias.
Or there, or where.
Yeah, right there's fine.
Okay.
Gives me some. Would that give me a little bit of cover? Any arrows?
Depending on firing them, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, not from every guy firing arrows, but
Right.
because they're kind of spread out too. But
And I would like to drink a regular healing potion, and if you wouldn't mind, putting that die in there for me. I don't know if I can do it through this.
I would imagine you can. I can't imagine they're going to put it on there and you can't do all the things that you need to do. Anyway.
I found a way to do it. So it is 2d4.
2d4 plus 2.
I can do this.
What are you on?
Xbox One.
Ooh, fancy.
Wait, you said 2d4 plus 2?
2. Yep.
Okay, I just wanted to double check. And roll.
7. You get 7 hit points back.
Awesome.
Does that end your turn?
Yes, it does.
All right, that brings us back to the top of the order. It would be the orcs' turns, but they're both dead. Which means Cortanus, you're up.
Yep. So first things first, she's gonna second wind.
I'm the realist.
Second wind with your bonus action.
Yep.
So you get 7 hit points back. Healies for your feelies.
Yep. And then she is going to fucking town on this, the guy in front of her.
Why?
All right, make your attack roll.
Shouldn't your bonus be a +5?
Whatever.
Oh, I didn't update that.
your-
Yeah, so it's +8, so I'm gonna add one more.
So it should be whatever. It's plus whatever your level.
Yeah,
is.
so it's +1, so it's 8 instead.
Okay.
No, it's 9.
It's 9 because your current. It was currently +3. So.
Aha. Okay. Okay.
So
You
you
update
get
that.
9 hit
You can
points.
tell
Yeah.
I usually get healed before any of that shit goes down. Okay, and yep, back on with 1 and 2.
No, back to
17 unfortunately does not hit. This guy's wearing full plate armor. And the 26, however, does hit for 8 points of piercing damage?
It's slashing.
Slashing damage.
Yeah.
Slashing damage.
I need
Yeah,
to
for
edit
8
that.
points of slashing damage.
Mixed in there and marks the fuck out of him, just getting up in his face.
Yeah. So you come running up, and the first one you swing, and he's able to Kong! He brings his big greatsword up to deflect it.
To use that as a distraction, just up in with the other one.
Yeah, up in with the other one, shing, and you just slice right along the carotid on his neck, and it just starts to bleed, just pouring this like dark purplish blood out of
She
his.
says blood out of the corner of her
wound.
mouth, just glaring him
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, as he slowly bleeds out. It takes him just
Nice.
it takes him just long enough to die for him to regret his life choices. As he
Not
falls
worth
to
it.
the ground dead. Well done, Cortanus.
And then she's turning back towards these other two and just, like, with still holding the blade, but
That would and Captain's turn now, but since he's dead, that brings us to Erdan and then Sao.
I'm gonna just smack the guy in front of me
Okay, with your hammer.
with my hammer.
Hammer of justice.
Unfortunately, a 9 to get
That is
his shield
unfortunate.
up. Kong! It just kongs off his shield, and he just kind of looks at you. Puny half elf.
I'm gonna use a level 2 healing word on myself.
Okay. You
Oh boy.
cry out to Cord in this hour of battle for his aid, and he sends you four hit points.
Yeah, he don't care about me.
No,
he
no,
cares. He cares
says
4
use a
hit points
challenge.
worth.
Like,
Yeah,
He
says I don't
have a
want to help you
challenge.
too much. This is a good fight.
He picks up the phone. He goes, "Yeah, it's really not a good time." Like,
Yeah,
I'm
pretty
kind of
much.
busy right now.
Sao, you're up.
He dropped.
He
He had to
dropped.
leave. Yeah, he had to
Okay.
leave.
We'll say that Sao is going to unleash on this guy.
Do the thing, win the
So-
points.
13 misses, 21 hits for 12 points of slashing damage. So he, so Sao swings with the battle axe on a big forehand, but misses. Comes back with a backhand, catches it right up into the ribs, and it slides about 6 inches in. And you hear a bunch of air escape from the wound as he begins to sputter and cough on his own purple blood. Sao then turns and throws his pickaxe at this. I'm doing this for flavor, but throws the pickaxe at that guy, or the war pick, which hits the bugbear for 10 points of piercing damage, and it sticks into his chest as Sao follows it and comes running up, grabbing it out of his chest. This sounded pretty cool, right? As he squares off against these two bugbears. That brings us to the goblins. The goblins. They. Yep, the ones that are alive are like looking around. They see the captain go down. They see one of the hobgoblins go down. The two of the orcs are down. Half their guys are sleeping, and they're like, "Fuck this, I'm out." And they action dash, bonus action dash, and they are gone. This one disappears, disappears, disappears in 3 different directions. They just all bolt. Action, movement, action dash, bonus action dash, bonus action. I'm sorry, stealth, and they are gone. They disappear into the high grass.
Lily livid, but perhaps not fools.
yellow bellies.
This hobgoblin says, "Cowards!" And he is going to swing on you, Curtanus, because you killed his captain.
Fair.
Sticking around.
But he rolls a 2. So he swings, and you spin around, parry with your weapon, as he is just standing there, growling at you in your face. Just make sure. Yep, he only gets the 1 attack. that is going to bring us to Shango.
I got a good clarifying question. Can I use minor illusion as an enhancing to yell something? Because it says I can create a sound, but can that sound be actually talking?
Range from a whisper to a scream. Yeah, sure. Well,
Okay,
we'll
so-
see what you want to do, and I'll tell you if you're pushing
Okay,
past
so-
the limits of the spell.
Yeah, basically what I want to do is like I'm thinking of using minor illusion instead of like a thaumaturgy to create a like loud booming voice in like the range of like a loud scream of like a booming rumbling. It sort of like sounds like thunder that yells out. I had it in a second. Sorry, I missed it. Tell your leader Groot to stop his efforts.
Her
efforts.
Her, my
Her
lord,
efforts.
her.
Her efforts. I don't even know who Groot is. I
That's
wasn't there
true.
for the conversation.
3, so 3.
So you just totally. So you make your voice a little bit more booming. It sounds a little bit more like it's echoing. But you belt out at the running goblins. I'm assuming. Tell your leader Grood not to.
Yeah. So the running goblins. I mean, everybody who's around. So the people that
Yeah.
are the hobgoblin and the what are they, bugbears, right?
Yeah.
Here.
Make an intimidation check.
Intimidation. Come on. Nice.
Pretty good. Nice. So that's your action, we'll say.
Yep. Do the bugbears look like they're about to let up and go?
Make an insight check.
Insight.
You have no idea. It's hard
No
to
idea.
tell. They're in the heat of battle. You were in the heat of battle.
Okay.
Yeah. Hard to read.
I think. Okay. Well, then I'm gonna go ahead actually and start coming closer in because I need to be closer. This should be good. So I can cast. Yep. So I can cast Shatter centered over here.
It's a 10-foot radius.
Yes, I'm hoping to get these 3 guys, but I don't know if it's actually if they're too far. Yeah, like that.
Like that. Yeah, you can hit those 3.
All right. Bam.
Con saves.
Yes.
DC 16, right?
Correct.
That one goblin fails. Other goblin fails. Bugbear also fails.
That's 15.
So they all fail. They each take 15 points of damage. The bugbear. This is the second thunder attack he's been hit with. You can see blood pouring out of his ears.
Yeah. And I had to quicken it to make it a bonus action. So.
Yeah. So you spent. Yeah, I assumed you spent.
Yeah.
The 2 goblins who were asleep. Just you watch their bodies get kind of tossed and like turned over. They were probably asleep, so their eardrums exploding inside their brains didn't. They probably didn't feel it.
No
But they are definitely dead.
All right, and that's my turn.
Alrighty. That ends Shango's turn. The bugbears are going to. The bugbears are going to. They're going to keep fighting. That's a hit. That's a hit. You watch them both hit Sayao. Oof. That's pretty heavy. Plus 2, 17. Plus 12 is 29. So they both crack into Seo's ribs for 29 points of piercing damage with their giant wooden morning stars. Seo's looking pretty rough. But that ends and then this bugbear is gonna move like here, like that. That ends their turn. Fike.
I'm just gonna roll a D100 to see what I do. 'Cause I don't know what I'm doing. All right, that's decided. I'm gonna walk up like 10 feet. I'm gonna pull the glaive that we got from the fucking knoll the other day, and I'm just gonna wing it at the bugbear as hard as I can.
Okay. So you over your head. I mean, hold on. It's
Are you
Thrown weapons master.
Oh, that's right. You're a thrown weapons master. I forgot about that.
Damn.
I forgot about that.
I can throw rapiers and shit and fucking all kinds of shit.
I forgot. Hold on a second. Let me look that up again real quick.
I could tell. There, I could link it real quick. There it is. Simple martial weapons without the thrown property can be treated to have the thrown property one-handed.
Yeah. One-handed weapons have a two-handed weapons have a range of 15-30. So you're well within range. So you just come running up, kind of like spinning.
No, I want to do that Spartacus, like the Leonidas.
Oh, okay. So like, throw it like a javelin almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Make your attack roll. This would be strength based.
Yeah.
So 19 definitely hits though.
Well, I assume the sneak doesn't get. I don't get the sneak.
No, you get the sneak. It's engaged.
Oh, okay, cool.
You're sneaking up. Wow.
So the damage of a glaive is a D10. Is that what it rolled?
It rolled a D10. Yep.
So 9 points of damage.
Yep. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so 9 points of damage. So you throw the glaive and it just buries itself into the bugbear's chest. It drops to a knee and is kind of being held up by the glaive, which the other end is the butt end is sticking into the ground. He's still breathing. He has one hit point.
Not for very long. I'm just gonna take my the dagger of venom and just drill him right in the side of the temple. Just not even looking at him. Just.
Yeah, make your attack roll.
Damn.
Yeah, you just right into the temple, and he just goes limp, and he's kind of like leaning up against the glaive, not falling to the ground.
I'm just gonna, just kick him in the back just to drill him to the dirt.
Yeah, and then he finally falls. That ends your turn, Fike.
Yep.
Noxus.
I'm raising a curious eyebrow at that.
Okay. Noxus is going to cast the one that's in front of Erdan is still alive, right?
Yes. He's actually, believe it or not, unscathed.
Oh yeah, then I'm casting no, I'm not gonna waste that spell slot. I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast on him twice.
All right. Okay.
So, a 1, a 2.
10 unfortunately does not hit. The 26, however, does hit. As you drill him with the Eldritch Blast. The first one he gets his shield around and blocks. The other one, however, you see it hits him in the side, and as he armor absorbs most of it, but he definitely felt it.
I would like to walk over to Cortanus and hand her one of the regular healing potions.
All right, so you walk over.
She
You
just
hand
blades
her
in
out,
both
you
hands.
hold out a healing potion, and you see that both of her hands are full of swords.
You do that poi thing with the with the stick.
Chuckling.
Yeah.
Can
A
just
good
grab it with your
moment.
teeth.
No, because
Nice.
this isn't the 90s knowledge.
Just grab it with your teeth. Nah.
Go full Zorro. Put the
But you just kind of like set it in the grass at her feet.
All right.
Appreciated.
That is the end of your turn, Noxus.
If I didn't use all my movement, I would want to get as close to the tree as I could. Back.
You're okay. Sure. There you go.
Yeah,
I mean, you guys.
that's perfect.
There's two things alive, and one.
One sleeping.
But that ends your turn, bringing us to the top of the order, Cortanus.
Yep. So turn around and try to cut this guy down. Okay, there we go. One.
That definitely hits, and that's the first one is more than enough.
Okay.
So you come around as this thing was squared off against Noxus, defending with that. Use that opening, and the blade runs whooshing right up his back, and you feel you must have hit the spinal cord or something. He just falls forward.
Yep. Then she'll take a glance down at the potion, remember where it is for later, and then run over to this one.
Okay. The 15 will hit.
Yep. And then
For
bonus
8 points of damage.
offhand.
That will also hit, and that will be enough. Since the only other thing that's alive is sleeping, Cortanus, how do you want to do this?
Okay. So yeah, she cuts down this one and just kind of pushes off, skates over here, kind of slides in the ground there, and brings the other two blades up, like both sideways, and just kind of slashes across the chest and knocks it, kind of like spins it around into the dirt, and then just kind of uses the rest of the motion to spin herself and then stop herself.
Yep. And all the sliding in the mud. He kind of comes to a sliding stop as you look around, kind of assessing the battlefield. All the foes seem to be down, and as you guys all kind of come to the realization that there's no more danger, you hear high-pitched snoring sounds coming from the other side of a tree stump.
I'm gonna pick out the glaive and I'm gonna fucking end that.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you pick up the glaive and you yank it out of the bugbear's chest. And you start walking with intent over toward the sleeping goblin.
Also walking towards the goblin. I don't know who gets there first.
Well, he has to get the glaive first, so I imagine you would.
Technically, Kata still has an action surge. It depends on what Shingo wanted to do.
But, I mean, we're out of combat, so it's sleeping.
Okay, let's just go this way. So I'm walking over, and I start like channeling basically shocking grasp. So I have sparks fly between my fingers. And hold my hand in front of his face.
The goblin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does he wake up from that?
No.
Okay, then I give him like a kick to see if he wakes up.
So you basically have to use your action to wake him up by like shaking him awake.
Okay.
Because the spell lasts for how long? A minute?
Yeah, a minute.
All right. So you kind of kick it, and it and it kind of looks up, looks at you, looks over at Cortanus, sees Fike moving towards him with this big gnarly glaive, and he's like, "Ah! Don't kill me!"
And I once again cast Minor Illusion to get that booming voice and send the message, your leader is to stop her evil efforts.
I can't stop her.
You are to bring her the message. This-
Yes, I will bring message. You will let Splunk live.
Splunk dies.
No, let's Plunk live. His name is creative.
Nope. Life is precious. Fuck.
You see, well, since Cortanus, you and Shango were there first, you can see the murderous intent in Father Fike's eyes. If you
I might try to stop him if Shango is trying to get him to bring a message. Then she's gonna try to
What do
stop
you-
Fike.
how do you intend to stop him?
Basically, run, get between them, and just like cross her blades so that the glaive just hits between them.
I have reach.
Well, I'll say so. Okay, so
Which means that she can
Cortanus-
get between that.
Yeah. So Cortanus steps in front of you, Fike, and is impeding your path to the goblin. As Shango, you're standing over the top of it. He says, "Yes, Splunk will take message. What message would you like Splunk to take?"
First off, Splunk, you're adorable.
Thank you. But anyway, I want to go over Cortanus and Fike.
Yep.
What?
My lord hath decided that this one shall live and bring a message. So if thou wishest to kill it, thou art going through me, unless my lord saith otherwise.
I walk off. I just walk off. I'm not doing it. I'm not fighting
Okay.
Cortanus.
Okay, so you walk off, start counting to 10.
Nope. Still angry. Still angry. Just not gonna fight Cortanus.
Oh yeah. Who should Splunk say this message is from?
The Stormlord.
Stormlord. As you wish, Stormlord. He starts to get up to like testing to see if you're gonna stop him.
I just have the like sparks flying between my hands.
Yeah. Katana's turning around and like
Yeah.
just watching this thing very carefully. If it makes a move at Shango, she'll take it down, but otherwise it's just keeping a very close eye on it.
And it gets to about here, notices you haven't tried to kill it yet, and just turns and starts running. Does anyone try to stop them?
No,
Alright.
I don't.
Doth thou truly think that shall work, my lord?
The effort shall be worked. If it works or not is yet to be determined.
'Tis an effort then. And she'll, like, while they're starting back, Cortanus will explain what she knows about, what she heard about the Groon.
Grood.
Grood, sorry.
Yeah, I know it's very similar to Earthbreaker Grood.
Yeah, I know. I was wondering why it was in my head. Oh, right.
Yeah, but no, it's Grood. Grude.
Oh, okay. I was put O-O-D.
Right?
I'll fix
That's
that.
how it, or GR, I might just be GRU.
Grood. It's got an umlaut over it.
Yeah, GRUD.
If the message is to be delivered and received, it was worthwhile. If one more goblin roams the lands, then I have failed.
If they art as I hath heard, my lord, they shall be taken down eventually. I canst not
Did I
be
know-
allowed to do what they do.
Indeed. Did I notice Cortanus stopping Fike, or was I too focused on?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
You just probably heard like a ching of like metal on metal.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
and
don't-
she also said to him, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so.
You're-
The goblin stopped, paused, stared at that for a minute to see what was going to happen, then looked back at you.
Yeah. Your efforts are greatly appreciated.
Simply doing my duty, my lord.
What's everyone else doing?
Licking my wounds. That bell hurt.
Oh yeah, that really
Did you
hurt.
Could I
Hobgoblins hit hard.
Yep.
Yes, they do.
I'm at
Could,
full health.
You're a rock, Fike. You're a rock.
Could
strong.
could I
New tank.
could I see if Noxus is starting to like this pattern
What
that
pattern?
he's going? Just killing.
I can't make that. That's up to you.
Hmm.
Are you in need
You're-
of healing, Quitanos?
Hmm?
Are you in need of healing?
I shall be all right soon enough, but pardon me, my lord. And then she'll walk back over and pick up the potion that was set down.
Yeah.
If thou wishes this
yeah.
back, Nox, thou mayest have it, but 'tis appreciated either way.
That's what they're there for.
You kind of catch Nox almost like staring off, daydreaming a little bit.
My thanks, and she'll take it.
The juice box is right here.
2d4 plus 2. I believe it was a regular, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have 5 left.
I'll take it.
Fike, what are you up to?
I'm kind of just holding the glaive, watching it drip like now thinning blood off the end.
Uh-huh.
Just smoking, and I'm just staring at the path ahead of us. And I'm kind of upset that my vestments are now splattered.
Yeah. They've got this weird, like, purplish blood on them.
It's not even fucking red. How? Oh my!
Hey, father, that's a good look for.
Thank you.
Doesn't exactly go with the yellows.
Nope. It goes
You're
nothing
right.
with the yellow and orange, red, and white that it is.
Nope. Yeah.
I think it's a great fashion statement.
Father, do you see the necessary path ahead?
Do you guys want to take a short rest, or?
I mean, I'm good. If you guys are good, if you want to take a short rest.
I'm good to go.
All right.
If my lord wishes it.
I got juice if you guys need it.
Oh yeah.
Is grape juice?
I got purple stuff.
Yeah, I got the purple stuff.
I got that grape drink. I got that grape drink.
I want the purple stuff.
All right. Nobody wants to loot the bodies?
I was just about to ask that.
I was gonna say, wow. No one's like, I loot the bodies.
You're apparently a very loot late. But I don't know.
You guys, yeah.
I need to loot. All my money's gone.
Yeah. So, searching all the bodies, you find actually a decent amount of coin. You find.
So we'll make sure they write this the bag of holding.
I got it.
Please.
I got it.
Thank you.
Yes, Queen. Thank you.
Just because I stopped you from murdering a goblin.
What?
An adorable
I'm
goblin
talking.
with a
I'm
funny
talking me
name.
to you, not Fike to Cortana's. You're totally different thing.
All right, what we got?
You find rolling randomly for treasure. Ooh, okay. You find roll 6d6. And then tell me the number because I'm not on the roll 20 screen. Somebody, doesn't matter who.
Yeah, who's got it?
Bam.
19.
1900 copper pieces. 3d6.
11.
1100 silver pieces. And 2d6.
Guess I'll do it. 6. 7.
70 gold pieces. And one more 2d6. 10. You find 10 sorted small precious stones worth 10 gold pieces each. The hobgoblin captain had a great sword on him and plate armor, hobgoblin plate armor, as well as a pair of javelins and a greater healing potion that he never got to use.
Oh.
We're real good at that. Like right before they're like, he's definitely using his action next turn to take a potion, and they're like, oh no, he's dead.
Yeah.
Thanks,
plate armor
Cortanis.
is just like normal plate armor, right?
Yeah, it's plate armor. It would
Please.
have to be fitted to fit you, like if you were going to wear it.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't just like throw it on because it's fit for this huge hobgoblin guy.
It's like Ralph. It's like that one kid Ralphie from Christmas Story. I can't put my arms down.
These two hobgoblins each had a longsword on them, a shield on them. They were each wearing splint armor. And they each had a longbow with 20 arrows. The two orcs over here were wearing hide armor. They each had a great axe and a pair of javelins. The two bugbears.
Bugbear.
Bugbear.
My name Bugbear.
He's Bugbear.
I'm Bugbear.
They were each wearing hide armor with shields. And they each have two big morning stars. And the four little goblins that you found each had a short bow with 20 arrows. They each had a short sword, and they were each wearing a suit of little leather armor.
Wait, so sorry, the last one, 4 short bows for the 4 goblins, then 4 leather armor, small.
Yep.
And then
And 4 short swords.
4 short swords. Okay. Got it.
And obviously they each had a quiver of 20 arrows. Well, technically each of them had 18 arrows because they all fired twice. But anyway, lastly, you also find on the hobgoblin captain, you find a stone, a very smooth stone, looks almost like one of those stones that you get out of a river that's like all smoothed over, and it's a grayish white stone, and on a flatter side of it, there's a from the profile image of a face with the mouth open.
Does Does Shango know that it's a sending stone?
I don't know if Shango knows that. Um, you
What were those?
also find on him a map, a more localized map than like a world map, but a more localized map of of specifically. It seems to be on like some sort of animal hide of specifically like. See if I can't do this. Of like this area. Basically, the dividing plains, the Silvercut Road.
Are there any sort of markings on it?
There are. It looks like a troop movement map. There's like arcing arrows of different bands. It looks like there's a lot of it's in. Does anybody read Goblin?
I do not.
Shango does in about 10 minutes.
Nope.
Shango's off. Shango's off having. Well, Shango does it in about 10 minutes.
No, I don't. I'm not a wizard.
Um,
I don't have all the spells.
yeah.
Oh, I
Uh,
Or
just,
some CS. Never mind.
There are some notes on it in Goblin. It looks like troop movements. There are markings on certain road points. It looks like spots where they maybe have been sent to set up ambushes, perhaps.
Is the spot where we are right now marked?
There are a couple of small farming villages that have X's through them. And yes, one of the spots taking a little time, it appears that one of the ambush spots delineated on the map is
Where we are
probably about
standing.
where you're standing right now, yeah.
Hmm.
Is there any marking that seems to be like a base or something like that?
Without being goblin,
Yeah,
you
just
would
based
not
on
be
what it looks like.
yeah, not
You
unfortunately.
got a death wish, don't you?
Maybe.
But
That actually would be fun.
yeah, so that is what you find on the creatures.
Are we throwing all of that stuff in the bag of holding?
I mean,
That's why that's why
pretty
I'm just
much.
writing it in at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
Very,
much,
very
unless somebody
careful.
wants it.
I was just wondering about the size limit of the bag of holding. It's pretty big though.
It's about
Yeah.
500 pounds it holds, right?
Yeah,
So,
I'm sure people can
500
take it.
pounds of stuff.
yeah, so we got room.
Yeah,
Okay.
We're doing good.
I'll let you know if the bag is getting.
Yeah, it's good to know.
But first,
Topped off.
Yeah, please. Give us a heads up.
Yeah, you know it's a bad time when you look into your bag of holding and you can see stuff in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God! Oh no!
oops.
That's how you know.
Or
It's
you know it's
full.
really good.
That's how you know it's full.
Going back to that stone, can I have of magical nature or
I don't know.
It's just
Do you have detect magic or the identify spell?
I have to identify on the
You could try to identify it with the rod.
okay, but just from looking at it, I don't see any like arcane runes or any.
Yeah, that's. I mean, there's as I described it. It's a smooth
Okay,
grayish white stone, and carved into one of the flat sides looks like from a profile angle a face with the mouth open.
okay. Yeah, no, looks like a pretty stone. I don't know if anyone else is looking.
I don't know. I don't know if Cortana would recognize that, but
You could make an Arcana check, I guess.
Yeah, no, looks like a pretty stone.
Yeah, it's cool stone. Yeah, it's cool. Obviously, I mean, these hobgoblins, from what you're seeing on them, they don't tend to. It doesn't look like they carry anything that they don't need. They're very Spartan.
so they does not seem sentimental.
No, they definitely do not seem the sentimental type. Everything you've found on them, there's nothing on them that's of a personal nature. The hobgoblins, anyway. So it's probably not just a keepsake. But
Perhaps simply in the bag of holding until we can ascertain its nature.
Can't identify it right now if we think it is more than a stone.
Tis certainly up to you, my lord. Tis thy spells.
Okay, I'll cast identify on it.
out of the rod.
The rod. Yep, I had one.
So you cast it out. It is indeed 1/2 sending stone.
Okay. Does casting identify tell me that like sending stones work in pairs and there's
It tells you everything about
the thing?
the item. As a matter of fact,
Cool.
I will happily PR. Sending stone. Sending stones come in pairs, with each smooth stone carved to match the other, so the pairing is easily recognized. While you touch the stone, you can use an action to cast the sending spell from it. The target is the bearer of the other stone. If no creature bears the other stone, you know that fact as soon as you use the stone and don't cast the spell. Once sending is cast through the stones, they can't be used again until the next dawn. If one of the stones in a pair is destroyed, the other stone becomes non-magical. So you just have like an arcane HUD come up, and this scroll of text goes in front of your eye.
Yeah.
Jarvis, what does this do?
Yeah, essentially. Jarvis analyzes it and gives you the quick rundown.
Jarvis.
It's like, hey, Cortana, wait, what?
That is where we will end this evening's session, because it's getting pretty late for us East Coasters.
A little bit.
So good job. You survived an ambush of Grood's Ravagers.
Hooray!
Bastards. We were just talking about innocent, not having to kill innocent people, and they show up while they weren't innocent.
And then at the end of the video, almost just dismantled a goblin.
He's getting pissed.
It wasn't
Thou
really
art a
giving
man
into
of
his
many
emotions.
faces, father.
He's giving into his emotions.
I'm not responding to anyone unless they're talking to main character.
If they would have shown up the day before when it was sunny, they might have gotten away. But
Yeah.
not on a rainy day.
It was
Yep.
I would
Tom
have gotten away
Papa
with it
once
too. That
said-
wasn't for that fucking cloud.
Once the mud and blood mixed on his nice white clothes, it was over.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah,
like, "Oh, I'm done."
Tom Papa once said that it doesn't take much to make a man snap. He goes,
His white vestiges are very
Rebecca's-
see-through, and he's very self-conscious.
Damn.
no,
Alright.
they're mostly yellow and oranges.
Was it like
So
a vestige kind of-
Noxus
Aye.
got 7 XP this evening. Shango, you also got 7. So
Nice.
did Cortanus. Fike, you got 8. Or Dan, you
Yeah.
got 6, and Sayao got 2, but I will tell him that next I see him. Did anybody level?
No.
5'2".
Nope, but I'm close.
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 Yeah, what is it? You need
25.
you're
If you are
5,
level
25.
level 5, you need 25 XP.
kind of way.
I'm at 14, so a little more than halfway.
All right. And next session, you guys will arrive in Drina.
Mm,
Huzzah.
yeah. So yeah, you guys got 2 more sessions with me.
Oh,
No.
sad.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean, yay for new job, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Assume-
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's what
definitely
matters.
yeah.
it's definitely gonna help out a lot. It's
Yeah.
gonna change a lot of things, hopefully.
Unfortunately, real world shit comes first.
Yep.
Yeah,
True that.
yeah. So
Yeah.
So is it completely like new company, completely new stuff, or
yeah, completely new company, same place. I have more of an opportunity to actually get on with so I work at a chip plant. They basically build the computer chips inside the phones and stuff like that
wait?
for Samsung and Apple.
But you're not with Samsung.
No. The
Where?
company's called. It's a foundry. Basically, they build
Blackboard?
it. No, Global Foundries.
Oh, Global Foundries.
Yeah. So
Wait, did you?
I
Okay, so you didn't get affected by their decision to shut the
layoffs.
7 nanometer down.
No, I wasn't there
No.
when they did that.
Okay.
I right now I mop the floors, and a guy who
Where?
worked there I talked to. He gave me this phone number and told me to call this person, and they had fab operations technician spot available. So basically, I'll be changing out chemicals in specific tools so that
That's
the
tools.
yeah,
Cool.
and so
Are you? Where are you? Where are you? Are you done?
so what?